The following is a presentation of Wareham Gatemen Baseball, brought to you by the Gatemen Baseball Network in conjunction with the Cape Cod Baseball League.
As the summer of 2017 continues, the Wareham Gatemen are right in the middle of the Cape Cod Baseball League playoff race.
Line shot by Anthem. This one is back. It's far. Bye-bye baseball. A two-run homer for Jake Anthem.
Drives this one to deep right field. Heading back is Pompey. He's at the track, leaps and makes the play. What a play by Tristan Pompey.
Call strike three in the inside part. Griffin Roberts
Swings and drives this one deep to left field. That one is into the trees.
With stellar pitching and timely hitting, Gatemen have taken the West Division by storm.
The 0-2 from Fioli, called strike three.
Throwing back to first base, MacGyver, and the tag is in time from Sable.
sends it to right field. Going back is the right fielder. That one's gone. Tanner Dodson.
And now, the push for Wareham's 8th league championship heats up.
Duran swings and hits this one through the gap. Rounding third and heading for home is John Topa. The throw to the plate is not in time, and Topa will score.
The breaking ball called strike three. Dalton Roach strikes out the side.
1-2. Swung on and missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Brett Canine.
Lines it right back up the middle for a base hit. On the first pitch, Baird rounds third. He's going to come home and score.
Metz sends it down the right field line. It's in for a base hit. Rounding third. Coming home is Duran. He will score. And the Wareham Gatemen are now winners of 5 in a row. The Gatemen walk it off at Spillane Field. How do you like that?
It's Wareham Gatemen Baseball, and it's live on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Win and move on. That is the mindset for the Wareham Gatemen tonight at Spillane Field. Lose? Well, you'll see the Falmouth Commodores again tomorrow night at Gov Fuller back in Falmouth. Thank you for joining our broadcast of Wareham here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Sam Corman here. Jacob Toby is scheduled to throw out the ceremonial first pitch, so he will be the play-by-play broadcaster today, and we're waiting on him to get back up here after he does his thing down on the field. Well, the Gatemen secured a huge win, 10-5 yesterday over the Falmouth Commodores. The Bats came alive, especially early on in the game. A big 4-run second inning for the Gatemen was what propelled them to the victory. 2 home runs, one from Jake Anchia and one from the newcomer Joe Derpich from Siena College. You're getting a nice look at home plate right now here on your screen. And pregame festivities taking place. A great crowd is expected here at Spillane in Wareham right now, and the bleachers are starting to fill in. We do have some scores to update you around the Cape right now. Lots going on, and especially crucial is the West Division. The Wareham Braves continued last night's game earlier today. That game was suspended yesterday, a 4 p.m. start. It was suspended in the 11th at the end of the 10th inning due to darkness in Katuitt. It continued this morning at noon, or excuse me, at 2 p.m. at Lowell Park in Katuitt. And the Kettleers.
Wareham, Tanner Dodson from UCal Berkeley. Not only was he a great hitter, but he was also a pitcher too. I mean, two-way players are getting rarer and rarer in this league. So congratulations to Tanner.
Well, right now,
and here to
Tanner Willie MacGyver is accepting the batting title trophy on behalf of Tanner Dodson, who is no longer with the Gatemen. So MacGyver takes it for his teammate and will ship it out to California, I guess. But that's the batting title trophy. Tanner Dodson wins that this year. He was phenomenal all year when he was here. I mean, he was a pitcher as well. Reached 95, 96 miles an hour on his fastball, but was probably an even better hitter. And that's what made him such a special player here on the Cape. The Gatemen certainly missing him in their lineup and on the mound, although it didn't seem like they needed him yesterday in that win. So that Katuitt-Bourne game resumed at 2 p.m. today. The Bourne Braves came out on top 6-3 in 11 innings. Game 2 of that series is currently underway. The Bourne Braves are holding on to a 3-1 lead. That's in the top half of the second inning. So Bourne is just trying to advance 8 innings away with the lead, trying to secure the division title appearance for the second consecutive season. Last year, of course, they lost in the division finals to the Falmouth Commodores, so they like to reverse that notion, but right now off to a good start against Katuitt. Jeff Trundy and Don Snedden meeting at home plate with the umpiring crew today. Today behind home plate, David Chason, Joseph Caraco at third base, Larry Rosenberg at first, and Ronaldo Cockrum at second. Got that extra umpire for Cape League action. We're still waiting on Jacob Toby to throw out the first pitch. It's going to be awesome when it does happen. And it will happen at some point. Still have the national anthem between that as well, though. There will be a great rendition of that coming up. And, you know, this is a big game in the history of the Wareham Gatemen. The last time the Wareham won a playoff series was back in 2012. And eventually, they took it all the way to the title and won it over the YD Red Sox, led by Kyle Schwarber, of course, the Chicago Cubs. So, good signs to come, I guess, for the Gatemen when they win this first round. And now a chance to sweep the #1 seed here at home at Spillane. We'll get more details when Jacob gets back up here in terms of starting lineups as well as today's pitching matchup, which is a good one coming up. And Don Snedden and Jeff Trundy still discussing things at home plate. Gatemen getting warm down the first base line. There's another game going on right now as well in the East Division. The Brewster Whitecaps and the YD Red Sox are currently in action. Late in that game, it's 5-1 in favor of the Whitecaps. That's in the bottom half of the 8th inning. Bases are loaded for Brewster with 1 out right now, and Nick Dunn is at the plate trying to blow open that gap at Stony Brook Field in Brewster. AJ Graffinino walked in a run just now to make it a 5-1 game. Nick Dunn already has an RBI. And Kyle Datris with an RBI as well for the Whitecaps, trying to tie that series at 1, heading back to YD in Red Wilson Field tomorrow. Now, in terms of scheduling, well, we'll get to that later. National Anthem time here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Pursuing a degree in communications media. She has performed our national anthem for the Gatemen for several years now. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mayreed Dadno.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight on the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Time for the ceremonial first pitches today, which will be Jacob Toby.
Tonight we have 2 ceremonial
And
first pitches.
we'll get the note on
First,
the other
we
one.
have second-year broadcast intern Jacob Toby. Jacob is a local guy from Sandwich, Massachusetts. He attends Suffolk University, majoring in broadcast journalism.
It looks like that's Megan O'Brien out there on the mound, former Gateman reporting intern, now recently hired as the web host for New England Patriots Television on their website.
We also
Pretty cool
have
stuff.
a pitch this evening from former broadcast reporting intern Megan O'Brien. Michigan recently accepted the
Did Jacob throw a strike?
reporting and Patriot All Access show for the New England
High.
Patriots.
All right, well now Jacob has the worst strike percentage in the Cape Cod Baseball League. I'll have to tell him about that one when he gets back here. Blake Sable doing a great job catching today. And Jacob should be running up here. I don't know what he's doing. He's got a game to broadcast. Umpires getting ready to take their positions.
To say those two famous words, please welcome Adrian Leonard.
Oh, we got to play ball.
Adrian is a 13-year-old Wareham middle school student battling muscular dystrophy. He loves video gaming, sports, and most of all his family, especially his nieces and nephews. Adrian has such a huge heart, he was even recruited and signed a letter of intent with the UMass Dartmouth football team this spring. There, he plans to follow his sister's footsteps and pursue a degree in sciences to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. Adrian?
Play ball!
A beautiful rendition of Play Ball by Adrian down there on the field. We have a new guest on the broadcast here. Welcome back. Where were you? I didn't see you.
You didn't see me.
Oh yeah, you threw out the first pitch. That's right. Oh yeah. By the way, your strike percentage is now the worst in the Cape Cod League at 0%.
Was it a strike? I don't know.
I honestly wasn't looking, but I asked our producer, and he said no.
I get to keep this baseball, which is pretty cool too.
Oh wow.
Want to feel it? Here. Take it. No? All right.
No, I'm good.
All right. That's fine.
I'll just keep it.
Welcome out to Spillane Field, everybody. It's the Falmouth Commodores taking on the Wareham Gatemen for Game 2 of a best-of-3 series in the Western Division semifinals. Jacob Toby, Sam Corman with you here on the broadcast. Claudia Chakamian on hand as well. Our sideline reporter, Nick Veronesi, is also one of our producers, as well as Matt Weasel. There we got Matty Feld, our beat writer, on hand. Everyone is out at the ballpark tonight. Let's run through the Falmouth starting lineup. Clayton Daniel, the second baseman, leading it off. George Yancha, the shortstop. Alec Boehm at first today. Joshua Bro is your DH, batting cleanup. Trevor Larnick in right field. Austin Langworthy in left field. Marty Bakina, the third baseman. Adley Rutschman doing the catching, batting eighth. Hunter Steinmetz in center field will bat ninth. The Gateman defense goes like this. Jaron Duran is at third. Kyle Kasser, the shortstop. Robbie Metz at second, Jake Anchia at first. Left to right in the outfield, John Topa, Stephen Kwan, Giovanni Ding Kong. Willie McIver does the catching for Noah Zavalis.
Noah Zavalis has been unbelievable in his past few starts. Run support is what's been the issue for him. He's 0-1 with an ERA under .65. Unbelievable stuff. That slider from him is just really sharp, has a little bit extra speed than most guys' breaking balls. That's what makes it so deceiving. And that fastball has been really sharp as well all season long. From the Harvard Crimson in Noah Zavalis, if that is the singular form of Crimson. I believe it is.
I believe so too. And he gets set to warm up. The Falmouth Commodores 24-19-1 on the season, finished first in the Western Division. Wareham Gatemen on the season 18-25-1, finished fourth, but they won game 1 10-5, and not a lot of people thought they could do it, but they proved people wrong.
Yeah, I mean, we were pretty excited and pretty shocked at the same time that not only did the Gatemen only hold Falmouth to 5 runs, but they had one of their best offensive performances of the season. Pretty timely stuff from the Gatemen in game 1 of the playoffs.
Clayton Daniel to step in, the leadoff hitter, .316, 2 home runs and 18 runs batted in. Zavalis, his first pitch is strike one, and we're underway here for game 2 at Spillane Field. Beautiful day for baseball. Noah Zavalis on the hill. 5'11", 210 pounds, out of Harvard. Into center field for a leadoff base hit. Clayton Daniel getting it started early on.
Really good piece of hitting by Daniel. Just finds a fastball down the middle of the plate and just textbook base hit back up the middle to Stephen Kwan in center field. I figure I should update you because you weren't here. I updated the audience, but Bourne leads Katuitt 3-1 in the bottom half of the first.
Wow. What a series that was yesterday.
And today.
And today. George Yancha, the shortstop. 327, 5 home runs, 12 RBIs. With Daniel at first. Yancha on the season, 6th in the league in batting average with .327. Really skyrocketed after he got here fairly late.
Yeah,
in the season.
It was really impressive that he was able to make an all-star appearance, considering how late he got here.
Fouls this one off. Very good offensive player, but they really rave about his defense.
Oh, yeah. I mean, very rarely you see him make a wild throw. He's just so fluid with his motion, receiving the ball and then delivering it to either the second baseman or all the way across the diamond where it usually is to the first baseman. He's just a great third baseman and a great hitter as well.
1-1 pitch. Sent foul. David Chiasson is the home plate umpire. Larry Rosenberg at first. Ronaldo Cockrum at second. Joseph Caraco, the umpire, at third.
I saw that Ronaldo Cockrum liked Wareham Gatemen Baseball on Twitter the other day. Or on Facebook, excuse me.
Respect. Manning second plate today. 1-2 pitch. Called strike 3. Yancha down looking for out number 1.
You know, the Gateman defense might have 26 outs to go, but that was a big strikeout for Noah Zavalis. You really want to make sure Falmouth doesn't score here in the top half of the first inning. Could just set the tone for the rest. We saw the Gatemen score in the top half of the second inning yesterday, and that kind of set the tone for the win over the Commodores in Game 1.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Alec Boehm stepping in, 351, 5 home runs, 28 runs batted in. One of the most dangerous hitters we have in the CCBL. Second in the league in batting average. Second in the league in hits. Tied third in the league in RBIs. Had 54 hits, 28 RBIs.
And tied with him in RBIs is Marty Bacchina, who wasn't in the lineup yesterday until he pinch hit late. Be seeing him later.
In the 7-hole, Bacchina.
You know, I'm really interested. We mentioned Yancha at third base. I'm really interested to see how he pans out at shortstop today, because it is quite a bit of a different position than third. But he's such a good defensive player that I expect it should be no issue.
Check over on Clayton Daniel. I mentioned Boehm was tied second in the league in hits with 54. Clayton Daniel was first in the league in hits, 55. One pitch to left, and a base hit for Boehm. First and second with 1 out for the Commodores.
The designated hitter.
Well, Falmouth just finding the good pitches and just whacking them. Pull side base hit for Alec Boehm. These hitters will make you pay for pitches down the middle of the plate, and that's what's been the issue for Zavalis in this first inning. But no runs across yet. Got that strikeout of Yancha, which was big just a moment ago.
Joshua Bro stepping in. Did he have himself a day yesterday? 271, 6 home runs, 24 runs batted in the regular season. Swings on the first pitch, and this one's into center field. It falls, waving around Daniel. The throw is going to be cut off, and the Falmouth Commodores have an early 1-0 lead. An RBI single for Joshua Bro. Gets it started early. He had the home run yesterday in the second inning, and he's continued his hot playoff start.
Well, it hasn't taken long for Falmouth to jump out to the lead here and put a few pretty easygoing hits together. They haven't been fancy. They've just been, you know, lining them right back up the middle, pull side as well. And Josh Bro, I mean, seems like he's just getting a hit every time he comes to the plate at this point.
Trevor Larnick, 308, 1 home run and 15 RBIs, the Oregon State Beaver. Takes strike 1. Teammates with Stephen Kwan, Jordan Britton.
That pitch by Zavalis was one of the best pitches he's thrown today, if not the best so far.
No balls and 1 strike. Runners on first and second with 1 out. Falmouth's already scored a run in this ball game. Nice pitch. 0-2.
Well, it's time for your Ripley's Believe It or Not fact of the day, Jacob. And it turns out that was the first time that Noah Zavalis has given up a hit with a runner in scoring position this entire season. Pretty wild.
During the regular season, Zavalis let up just 4 runs, and 2 of them were earned. Lets up 1 early on in the ball game. 0-2 pitch. High heat. Cut on and missed for out number 2. Down goes Larnick.
That's a great place pitch ahead in the count on Larnick, and goes outside the strike zone with the heat and gets Larnick well behind on that fastball, and no chance up at the numbers.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Now here comes Austin Langworthy. Takes ball 1. Langworthy, 243, no home runs and 11 RBIs in the regular season.
Still a young guy, just a rising sophomore at Florida. You expect he might be back with Falmouth next year, and you know, he could be like an early MVP candidate for next year's season.
Wow, predicting into the future already. I like it.
Well, you also expect that Josh Breaux might be back, considering he's a rising sophomore as well at McLennan Community College. And I'm not really exactly sure how draft eligibility works for sophomores. I know that there are some exceptions, and some sophomores do end up being draft eligible. Not sure which ones.
2-0 pitch. Chop foul. Falmouth had a couple returners this year, Trevor Larnick being one of them. Joshua Watson, obviously returner as well. Two-one pitch.
Nice job by Zavalis attacking the inside part of the plate on Langworthy. Gets him to foul it straight back, and now 2-2 count, 2 out. Big spot for the pitcher for the Gatemen. Getting out of this with just 1 run after surrendering 3 singles in the first 4 batters would be pretty good for Zavalis, I would say.
Two-two pitch. He struck him out. Back-to-back strikeouts to end the inning for Zavalis. That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Damage limited to just 1 run. Falmouth leads it. We're headed to the bottom of the first here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
When you're sick or injured, you want care when and where it's convenient for you. South Coast Health Urgent Care has 4 locations: Fairhaven, Wareham, and now in Seekonk and Dartmouth. You can view wait times and even check in online at southcoast.org/urgentcare. Choose the time and location that's best for you. We'll even remind you when it's time to come in, and walk-ins are always welcome. Urgent care that exists to meet your needs. More than you expected? That's more than medicine. Check in at southcoast.org/urgentcare.
The Down East Lobster Roll combos are back at the 99 restaurants. Visit today in Centerville, Falmouth, Mashpee, Wareham, or Yarmouth for the best value for lobster rolls on the Cape. The 99, proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
One 0 lead for the Falmouth Commodores. We head to the bottom of the first. Wareham's lineup goes like this. Stephen Kwan, the center fielder, will lead it off. Robbie Metz at second base. Jaron Duran, the third baseman, batting third. Joe Durpich, the DH, bats fourth. John Topa in left field. Kyle Kasser, the shortstop. Jake Anchia bats seventh. He's the first baseman. William McIver doing the catching, batting eighth. Giovanni Ding-Kong in right field, bats ninth. The defense for the Commodores goes like this. Marty Bakina is at third. George Yansha, the shortstop. Clayton Daniel at second. Alec Boehm at first. Left to right, In the outfield, Austin Langworthy, Hunter Steinmetz, Trevor Larnick, Adley Rutschman doing the catching for one Cole Sands.
Cole Sands out of Florida State won the ACC championship with that squad this year, a 3.71 ERA thus far on the Cape. This will be his 7th appearance. He started 2 games this season, pitched 17 total innings, gave up just 4 walks, struck out 21. Similar strikeout to walk ratio as Zavalis, who is just as good.
Quan doing what he always does, shows bunt on the first pitch and pulls it back. Quan 304, no home runs and 13 ribbies in the regular season. Tied 13th in the league in batting average, 304. Has been the table setter all season long. From the moment he got here, he just completely changed the look of the lineup.
Oh, absolutely. He's been the go-to leadoff guy, and every time he seems like he has a rough day like he did yesterday, he comes back with a pretty good one.
Up the middle for the base hit. Setting the tone. Clayton Daniel led off the Falmouth Commodores lineup with a single. Stephen Quan says, I'll do the same.
Textbook base hit. Kind of slaps it downward, gets it over the glove of the pitcher. Cole Sands, impressive stuff from Quan once again, and that's why he's the leadoff guy.
Robbie Metz to the plate, 272, no home runs, 7 RBIs. Whiffs at this one.
And once again, every time it seems like Metz has an off night, with the exception of that very beginning of the season where he started very poorly, every time Metz has had an off night, the next night he comes back and has a really good day, so you expect the same out of him.
Metz, a little blooper into center field. Coming in is Steinmetz. He makes the catch. Had to cover some ground, but he retires Metz for out number 1.
The third baseman from Long Beach State, number 10.
Now we'll bring up Jaron Duran.
Jaron Duran.
They call him JD.
They do. But I haven't heard the PA. Jeff Tufts today on the PA, going with JD Duran. I like it.
Shout out to Dan Diaz on his vacation.
Oh, we know he's watching.
Diehard Wareham Gatemen fan. As Duran takes strike 1. 281, no home runs and 10 RBIs. Quan the runner at first. This one's way outside.
Well, plenty of lefty batters in the lineup today, such as Quan, Duran, Durpich, Kasser. And those guys against a righty pitcher in Cole Sands need to be the ones to step up. And with Joe Durpich on deck, you know what he's going to be thinking on a righty pitcher. Although his home run yesterday came off of a lefty.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second, is in time. Quan caught stealing. 2 gone.
Whoa, beautiful throw by Adley Rutschman, one of the most highly touted catching prospects in the country out of Oregon State. Just a youngster out there and guns down his teammate Stephen Quan, trying to steal second.
Quan got caught stealing 4 out of 8 times this season. Duran at the plate, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Obviously a hit and run attempt on there, but Duran was unable to make contact on the big swing. It worked yesterday to perfection, the hit and run.
Duran swings and misses at a breaking ball. The throw down to first, a little bit off of the bag, but Bohm makes the play, and that will end the inning. Gatemen don't score. Falmouth with a 1-0 lead here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Listen to the game wherever you go with the Next Radio app. Catch this station's local broadcast or stream all the action right on your phone. Visit the Google Play Store and download the free Next Radio app today.
Baseball Factory, a proud partner of the Cape League since 1991, holds over 600 events nationwide for players ages 8 through 18, including 3 training weeks here in the Cape. Baseball Factory alumni have played on every Division I college program across the nation, plus 400 have made it to the majors. Visit baseballfactory.com to learn how you can build your way to greatness.
Friendly's Restaurants, a timeless tradition since 1935, is proud to be the official ice cream of the Cape Cod Baseball League and bring together 2 of America's favorite pastimes, baseball and ice cream.
Top of the second here at Spillane Field. Jacob Toby, Sam Corman with you on the broadcast tonight. Marty Bacchino will lead things off for the Falmouth Commodores. The winner of the Manny Rebello 10th Player Award.
Well, you can always tell when it's Bacchina at the plate because he wears those green Michigan State Spartans batting gloves, and he also has a green Michigan State towel or something in his back pocket, and it clashes a lot with that maroon and black.
Bacchina, 262, 8 home runs, 28 RBIs in the regular season. Tied 3rd in the league in RBIs, 4th in the league in runs. Also struck out the 5th most times, 44. But he's a prospect you have to keep your eyes on. Scouts love his versatility.
He's an opposite field guy too, which is pretty interesting for a guy that hits as many home runs as he does. He likes to hit those oppo field home runs.
Doesn't chase the high heat. Here comes the 2-1 pitch from Zavalis. Out to center, Kwan backtracking a bit more. Makes the catch for out number 1.
Skyrocket from Marty Bacchina. This time there are no lights to distract Stephen Kwan from making that catch in deep center, and that's what Zavalis needed after a rough start to the first. Get that first guy out. And by the way, final in Brewster at Stony Brook Field, the Whitecaps win 6-1 over the YD Red Sox. They're 1 win away from ending the streak. Of course, we all know what the streak is.
3 straight titles for the YD Red Sox.
Yeah. So that could happen. And Brewster has a really good lineup, and they came to play today.
Adley Rutschman swings on the first pitch, was jammed. 164, no home runs and 4 RBIs.
Foul ball, courtesy of attorney Glenn Hannington and his daughter Tevis.
Yeah, YD trying to win 4 straight Cape League titles.
Falmouth was at the hands of last year's win, of course, from the West Division.
Yeah, Cole Sands, the starting pitcher today, pitched in Game 2. We'll talk about that a bit more. Only the Orleans Firebirds and Katua Kettleers have also won 4 titles in a row. The Falmouth Commodores did it 1968, 1971. Katua's done it twice, 1961 to 64, and from 72 to 75. Orleans from 47 to 50.
The Orleans Cardinals, of course, at that point.
Yeah, way back at the start of the CCBL.
I believe I was looking back to the list of champions. Sagamore used to have a team.
Sandwich also had a team.
Wow.
That was before they started keeping track of
Was it the
titles.
Was it the sandwiches?
No.
That's what I would name it.
2-2 to Rutschman is a bit low. Count runs full.
And even this has been a good at-bat for Rutschman, even if he gets out, because he's working Zavalis' pitch count up, which is what Bakina did in the last at-bat, right before he flew out to center.
3-2 pitch. On the ground. Duran can't handle it at third. Off his glove. And Rutschman reaches with one out.
Will be scored in E5 on Duran.
Missouri State, number 9, Hunter Steinmetz.
And yesterday, the Gatemen had an error in the first inning. And Falmouth was unable to capitalize. Then Falmouth had an error in the second inning, and the Gatemen capitalized plenty. 2 errors in the second for Falmouth. So defense certainly very important, and it can almost certainly decide ball games.
Hunter Steinmetz up the middle. That's a base hit. And now going to third is Rutschman, and he'll get there safely. Runners at the corners. So Steinmetz reaches. And Rutschman moves to third.
That'll be an E8 on Stephen Kwan that allowed Rutschman to get to third. So 2 consecutive errors by the Gatemen. And now all of a sudden this inning's looking a lot worse than it just did a few moments ago. First and second with 1 out, a lot different than first and third with 1 out, because you don't have the force out at third.
Clayton Daniel will not see a pitch just yet. Daniel, the only player in the Cape League to play all 44 games this season.
Wow. And from an unlikely school as well. Of course, that being Jacksonville State, down in Jacksonville, Alabama. You wouldn't necessarily expect a guy like that to come up here and be such a force at the top of one of the best teams' lineups, but Clayton Daniel certainly up to the task.
Takes strike 1. 1 ball and 1 strike with 1 out in the second. Zavala's trying to work out of this jam. On the ground, Duran, it goes right through his legs. Rutschman's gonna come home. The play at the plate is, he's out of there. Goes through Duran's legs, but the throw home beats Rutschman.
That was, you know, tough play by Duran that'll probably be scored. Another error. But that was
number 3, George.
No error on the play, but that was horrendous base running by Adley Rutschman, and probably by the Falmouth third base coach telling him to go home, because that ball never escaped the infield. Rutschman was basically at lead distance from third base and then took off, and there was really no shot that he was getting home. He was gunned by a mile. But he almost slid under the tag by McIver.
George Yancha struck out looking. His first time up. Now runners on first and second with 2 outs. A 1 pitch. And Zavalis 1 strike away from getting out of the inning.
Well, George Yancha was about 20 minutes late on that swing. And that fastball working for Zavalis on Yancha so far, first in the first inning. And now here again, the fact that Yancha's batting here in the second, though, shows what kind of game it's been for the Falmouth offense so far off this Harvard pitcher.
Can I help you, sir? No thanks, just looking. Zavalis gets out of the inning. That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Falmouth, they can't score. They still lead it 1-0 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Fuller Family Foundation is proud to support the excellent sportsmanship and character of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
The Sacred Cod Tavern at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa, a quintessential New England dining experience for lunch or dinner, a proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Welcome back to Spillane Field. I'm Claudia Chikamian. Now we see the same exact Gatemen lineup, 1 through 9, same positions for the second game of this playoff series. Worked pretty well for the Gatemen last night, scoring 10 runs on 13 hits. And hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. When I talked to Coach Sneddon, he said the same thing basically, but he also said he doesn't have a lot of options. We know that the bench is pretty limited overall. He said Ben Barrett is not feeling 100%. He's still battling with his shoulder a little bit. He was taking batting practice, getting some good swings in, but coach doesn't really want to put him in and risk any further injury. So he's just giving him the time off to try and heal himself and not cause any further problems. And he said that's probably the best thing moving forward for Ben, and if he needs to, he'll put him in, but not right now. Also, Blake Sable is available off the bench, one of the 3 catchers the Gatemen have. We see William McIver behind the plate and Jake Anchia at first, so that's where they're going to be seeing. Coach Sneddon said he's not 100% set on what Sable has been doing at the plate, so he needs to see a little more for him before he gets back in the lineup. And then Randy Tavares, one of the new additions, he can come in if he needs to. Coach said he'll probably be a pinch hit situation late in the game if somebody needs to be taken out. He's confident that he'll be able to get that done. So these new additions proving to be even more beneficial, and hopefully this Gateman lineup, the same one, will be able to do a similar thing they did last night. Send it back to you guys for more of the game.
Thank you very much, Claudia. And second pitch of the at-bat, Joe Durpich gets drilled, and he will head down to first.
Well, he just took that one right in the peck. He just bounces right off.
The left fielder from
He looks okay.
number 14.
Probably not a very comfortable place to get hit, but there are certainly worse places to get hit, such as the elbow or the hand.
Had a 2-run home run yesterday in the 6th. This time doesn't get to swing the bat.
He took away his opportunity. A little intentional walk.
John Topa at the plate. In left field yet again. 281 during the season. No home runs and 12 RBIs. Up the middle, off the mound. 2 on and no outs.
Beautiful piece of hitting by John Topa. That's what he's so good at, finding the holes in the infield right back up the middle. John Topa kind of getting back to where he left off at the beginning of the season, where he was, you know, unbelievable, making the All-Star game, hitting about 320, 330 early on in the season. You know, he had a double yesterday, also scored 3 runs for the Gatemen, so he's been so productive in the playoffs thus far. He's one of the most competitive guys in the Cape League.
Kyle Kasser has a big opportunity here. Bunts it down the third base line. The throw to first is in time. Runners advance to second and third. Kyle Kasser, the sac bunt.
Well done by Kyle Kasser. Perfectly laid down bunt. Maybe a little more velocity. He might have been able to get himself a base hit, but either way, that's what he was supposed to do, is get the runners over. Getting on first yourself is obviously the bonus, but now you set up Jake Anchia with a really good position here with second and third.
Durpich on third, Topa at second. We saw Anchia mash a 3-run home run in the 5th yesterday, part of a 2-for-5 day with 3 runs scored.
The ball was in the stratosphere before it came back down into over the fence.
Takes the 1-0, high chopper, it's fair! Durpich is gonna score, Topa as well. And Chia will stop at first, a 2 RBI single. And the Gatemen now lead it 2-1.
Wow. I mean, the first thing I thought of when that happened was the crowd. Loudest crowd I think I've heard this season at Spillane, of course. And it's a great atmosphere here. And Jake Anchia once again delivers not your most textbook base hit, but the third baseman, Bakina, was in on the grass, and Anchia just bounces it over his head for a 2 RBI single. He has, how many playoff? He probably leads the playoffs in RBIs, undoubtedly. He now is 6.
McIver swings at the first pitch, out to right field. Larnick going over makes the catch. Sam, I'll agree with you on the Jake Anchia 2-run single. The first thing I thought about was the crowd, the noise. It's loud here at Spillane Field today.
The right field
Certainly is, and you look at the bleachers down the first base line and the third base line, they're pretty full.
Some people out in left center field as well. That's when
that,
you know.
That bleacher is usually, empty with the exception of maybe 1 or 2 WCTV crew members.
Giovanni Ding-Kong takes a pitch in the dirt.
Well, yesterday you had a phenomenal defensive catcher in Josh Bro. Today you have a phenomenal defensive catcher in Adley Rutschman. Very important if you're Falmouth and putting together this team. 2 really good defensive catchers for your team.
They'll say it's a foul ball. David Chiasin, the home plate umpire.
Well, I don't know why Ding Kong was making it seem like that was a fair ball. He would have probably just been out at first had that been the case. I'm sure he's glad that he gets to take a few more hacks now. One of the best power hitters the Gatemen have now that he's on the team.
He's a strong kid.
Very.
One from Sands. Bounces to the plate through the legs of the catcher Rutschman. He doesn't know where it is. And Shield will go to second. A high ball that in the dirt hits off the fence. Rutschman doesn't know where it was.
Tough pitch for Rutschman to field, obviously. And takes a pretty crazy hop up to the high fence.
2-1 pitch. Ding Kong on the ground. Yancho couldn't handle it. Runners at the corners once more.
Uncharacteristic by George Yancha, and I think judging by the way he was fielding that ball, it looked like it had some crazy spin on it. And that's why he was unable to field it. But either way, that's now the 3rd error of the game, the first by Falmouth. And let's see if the Gatemen can capitalize and get some unearned runs on the board.
Quan talking it up with Rutschman. Rutschman and Quan play on the same team at Oregon State. Quan singled and was caught stealing in the first. But he's got a chance here with runners at the corners. 2 outs. Dirt pitch, the runner that scored 1 of 2 runs, him and Topa. And she is at third, Ding Kong at first. Two balls and 1 strike to Stephen Kwan. Crowd doesn't like the call.
That breaking ball was well placed by Cole Sands, but looked a bit outside from our angle. Yesterday's strike zone, however, was tight.
2-2 is set foul.
I believe that was the first time we saw Rudy Firm back behind home plate this season. And his strike zone was consistent, which is what you want. And it was really, really tight. It was kind of like an MLB style strike zone where you just miss the outside corner, you just miss low, you're not going to get it called, and that was the style of Fernback yesterday.
2-2 down the left field line and foul.
Well, that was a good pitch by Cole Sands and an even better job by Kwan spoiling it away. That was basically that same breaking ball in the outside corner that could have been called strike 3 had Kwan decided to let it go.
Yancha flip to second base and end the inning. Not before Jake Anchia hits a 2-run single, and the Gatemen, they take a 2-1 lead here at Spillane Field.
One error, one left.
We appreciate and thank the sponsors who support the Cape League and the 10 teams. Our corporate sponsors are the financial backbone of the league. It is with their support that we are able to preserve our long-standing tradition of providing the best family entertainment here on Cape Cod. On behalf of the visiting team, the Wareham Gatemen, league officers, and the entire Cape League family, we would like to announce and thank our 2017 corporate sponsors. With much appreciation, we recognize the Yawkey Foundation, Chatham Bars Inn, the Fuller Family Foundation, Dunkin' Donuts, Curry College, Cape Cod Healthcare, the 99 Restaurants, Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod, Cape Cod Potato Chips, Friendly's Ice Cream, Baseball Factory, Cape and Island License Plate, 47 Brand, Cape Cod 5 Cents Saving Bank, Stop and Shop, Peapod. We'll be back to you in the next inning for the second half of this outstanding list of loyal sponsors.
Gatemen have a 2-1 lead here at Spillane Field. Jacob Toby, Sam Corman bringing you the action here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Glad you could join us. Nice day for baseball today.
Certainly. This is actually one of the nicest days we've had this season, as well as yesterday. The skies cleared out yesterday, and it's just been gorgeous ever since. I guess the...
Oh, nice play from Duran. The throw across the diamond. In time, and Bohm's retired.
Put a star next to that one.
What a play. Unbelievable stuff by Jaron Duran. We saw him make a gorgeous barehanded play at the edge of the grass and the dirt yesterday in Falmouth. Now a different kind of defensive stop, a little bit of a slide to his right. Makes it look easy across the diamond.
Joshua Bro chops this one foul. We would like to remind you that you can contact us anytime at pressbox@gateman.org with questions, comments, or concerns about today's broadcast. Also follow the Wareham Gatemen on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud for 24/7 coverage throughout the 2017 CCBL playoffs. Bro had an RBI single to drive in Clayton Daniel in the first.
Who else but Bro to drive in the runs for Falmouth? I mean, granted their entire lineup is stacked, but Josh Bro has been emerged as probably the best hitter on this team.
Connects with this one to Kasser. High throw, but they got the stretch from Jake Anchia. 2 gone.
Well, that's a tough play, and Jake Anchia timed that jump perfectly so that he was catching it on his way down to the bag. If he catches it on his way up, he might not have enough time to recover and get back down to the bag and touch it, but does a nice job there to get these first 2 retired.
Trevor Larnick struck out swinging in the first. Part of a back-to-back strikeout inning for Noah Zavalis. And one thing I always like to talk about with Zavalis is his tempo, the way he controls all of his pitches and how fast he throws.
Yeah, he's always a big tempo guy. Usually works very quickly. And he's a strike throwing machine. I mean, that's why his strikeout to walk ratio is so good this year. Is he just doesn't throw that many balls. He makes the opposition hit the ball, which is something that, you know, yesterday kind of struggled for Falmouth. He makes the opposition hit the ball, and you know you have two ways of scoring. You can either hit the ball or you can walk him around, you know, get some help from the opposing pitcher. And Zavalis is not the kind of guy that gives other lineups that luxury.
1-2. Bouncing to the plate. 31 strikeouts to just 4 walks this season.
No, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's almost an 8 strikeout to walk ratio. Griffin Roberts' before he departed was also through the roof. The Gatemen don't walk that many batters, and that can really help them throughout this playoff stretch here.
Zavalis is 2-2. Swung on and missed. Larnick strikes out for the second time today.
Nothing across for Falmouth.
And the Commodores go 1-2-3. That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Bottom of the third, here we come at Spillane Field.
Continuing with our corporate sponsors, we also want to recognize and thank Franklin Sports, Advanced Embroidery, Cape Destinations, Robert B. R., Sullivan Tire, Vacation Inn Cape Cod Veterinary Specialists, Cape Cod Times, Kinlan Grover Real Estate, Next Radio, Yellow Book, TSA, Rawlings, Cape Cod Chamber of Commerce, Highline Cruises, Sports Picks, On Deck Sports, Barnstable Bat, Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, H.P. Hood, Sunderland Printing, and Axis Bats. And of course, thank you to Major League Baseball for over 50 years of support.
Urgent care is now available at 4 Cape Cod healthcare locations: Hyannis, Falmouth, Sandwich, and Harwich. Open after hours and weekends, staffed by ER physicians. Expert care when you need it. Learn more at capecodhealth.org/urgent-care. Sorry if you're experiencing some technical difficulties, trying to work on that right now. A 2-1 ball game at Spillane Field. Robbie Metz leading it off for the Gatemen. Swings at the first pitch. Yancha couldn't grab it. And they'll rule that a base hit.
Yeah, that was a ridiculous bounce. No chance for Yancha, honestly. He's having a rough time over there at short, but the gravel infield of Spillane is having a bit of a fussy day for the Falmouth defense especially.
Can we please have the lights? The lights, please.
Our own Matt Feld asking for the lights on the PA system. Jaron Duran to the plate with Robbie Metz at first. Duran struck out swinging to end the first.
And you expect him to come back with a good at-bat here. Darren Duran's been consistent in the second half of the season especially. And usually when he strikes out, he's coming up hungrier than ever in the next at-bat.
Duran yesterday 3 for 5 with a run scored, 3 singles. That run scored coming in the 6th inning off the Durpich home run.
Always good to have him on base, too, because of how fast he is. So it just makes him that much more threatening when he is at the plate.
Sands, 6'3", 215 pounds. Florida State, a rising junior from Tallahassee, Florida. Off the school and into the stands. Watch out. Sands, 6 appearances, 2 games started on the season. 1-0 with a 3.71 ERA. Two balls and 2 strikes with no outs. A runner on first, a 2-1 game at Spillane Field. The Gatemen leading the Falmouth Commodores. Here comes the 2-2. Duran reached for it, swung on and missed. He strikes out for the 2nd time today. That's the first out here in the 3rd.
Chasing a pitch out of the strike zone, uncharacteristic of Jaron Duran.
The designated hitter from Siena College, number 36, Joe Durpich.
Big boys up now.
Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties we're having right now with the video. Trying to work on that. Joe Durpich to the plate. Swings on the first pitch and was jammed. Was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and scored on the Jake Anchia 2-run single. Sands 0-1 pitch. Popped up in the infield. Marty Bakina at 3rd. Puts Durpich away for out number 2.
The left fielder from Connecticut.
So
number
2
14,
outs.
John Topa.
In the bottom of the 3rd, Jacob Toby, Sam Corman bringing you this ball game right now. John Topa up to the plate, batting from the right side, getting the signs from head coach Don Snedden. Topa singled and scored in the 2nd. Robbie Metz is the runner at first. 2-1 pitch. Rather the 0-1-0.
You were looking at the score.
I was. One-0 pitch. In for a strike on a breaking ball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Two outs in the bottom of the 3rd. Gatemen up 2-1. Topa chops it. Yacha on the infield, on the run, gunning down Topa. That will end the inning. We head to the 4th. 2-1 lead for Wareham on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Urgent care is now available at 4 Cape Cod healthcare locations: Hyannis, Falmouth, Sandwich, and Harwich. Open after hours and weekends, staffed by ER physicians. Expert care when you need it. Learn more at capecodhealth.org/urgentcare. Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. Classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about programs in business, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
The Wareham Gatemen and the visiting team, the Cape Cod Baseball League, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this ballpark.
Falmouth Commodores and the Wareham Gatemen at Spillane Field here on the Gatemen Baseball Network. 2-1 lead for Wareham. Top of the fourth, Austin Langworthy, Marty Bakina, Adley Rutschman due up to face the Harvard product, Noah Zavalis.
Settled in nicely since that first inning.
First pitch delivered from Zavalis, outside, 1-0. Again, working on the technical difficulties. Trying to bring you the video. Try to get it up as soon as possible. 1-0, in for strike one. Langworthy struck out looking to end the first against Noah Zavalis.
Complex technology is this video stream.
This one fouled off to the left and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
We have an incredible crew behind us trying to work and solve the problem. Issues that I could never, troubleshoot myself. So, of course, props to the guys behind us.
1-2 pitch from Zavalis, the righty, up and in. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wareham coming off a Game 1 10-5 win at Gov Fuller Field. Their first postseason win since they won the championship in 2012. Zavalis winds, kicks, and deals the 2-2. Just got a piece of it. Fouled off in the box. Wareham missed the playoffs in 2013 after going 9-33-1. They missed it also in 2014. Then got swept by Bourne in 2015 and 2016. 2-2 pitch from Zavalis is called strike 3. By way of the K, Austin Langworthy walks back to the Falmouth dugout.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exaparis, and Bullard. But a great pitch by Noah Zavalis, paints the low
Third
corner.
baseman from Michigan State, number 8.
That's his 6th strikeout. Marty Bakina up to the plate, batting from the right side. Takes the first pitch, sends it foul down the third base line. Didn't I say 6 strikeouts for Zavalis in our Facebook Live?
You're probably going to be wrong, because he's probably going to end up with more. I
believe Connor said 8. So he might be right.
I can see him all the way out there in left field.
Zavalis in his last outing versus Gatuit. 6 innings, 5 strikeouts. His 0-1 pitch to Bakina is cranked to left center field. Going back is Kwan, and it hits off the wall. Bakina will stop at second base. He's got a 1-out double. That ball was smoked.
Well, that ball was out of Go Fuller Field by about 150 feet. But here at Spillane, a much more pitchers-friendly ballpark, and Bakina gets a nice extra base hit with 1 out. That's what Falmouth needed. They've kind of fallen into a rut against Zavalis over the past few batters, and that might get him out of it.
Adley Rutschman coming up to the plate with Bakina at second base. 1 out in a 2-1 game in favor of the Gatemen. Rutschman from the left side at the plate. Zavalis' first pitch is outside, 1-0. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties, working on getting the video back up. We're versatile. We'll bring you the audio still.
Of course.
Jacob Toby, Sam Corman, Claudia Chikamian on hand. Here at the Gatemen Baseball Network, the 1-0 pitch is in for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate.
Painting the corners, especially that outside corner, Zavalis. And, against lefty batters, the tougher side for a righty pitcher. He's done a nice job against lefties thus far.
Zavalis looks back, the runner at second, which is Bakina. His 1-1 is fouled off to the left, behind home plate.
Another really well-located pitch by Zavalis, that time inside and low at the knees. All that Rutschman could do by the time he detected where that one was coming was foul it away.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Zavalis waiting from the signs from McIver. 1-2. Swung on and missed again. Count them up. 7 strikeouts for Zavalis. That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard.
Number 9, Hunter Steinmetz.
2 outs in the inning. Hunter Steinmetz, the number 9 hitter in this Falmouth lineup, coming to the plate. He singled back in the 2nd inning.
It's now the last 3 batters by Zavalis struck out or retired via the strikeout. A lot of Falmouth hitters behind on the fastball.
Breaking ball missing high for ball 1. Steinmetz, first in the league in stolen bases with 17, beat out Willie McIver by just 1 stolen base. McIver had 16. Steinmetz also 16th in the league in hits with 38, tied 8th in the league in strikeouts with 41. His 1-0 on the ground to Metz on one knee to second base. Second baseman throws over to first, and that'll end the inning.
1 hit, 1 left.
No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left on base for the Falmouth Commodores. Wareham still up 2-1 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Do you know what that sound is? That's your new digital marketing department. And that'll be your new web designer. And that's Haibu, where these experts are joined by many more, from web designers to search marketing specialists who work hard to get your business noticed online and on mobile. Best of all, Haibu can do it all for you, or give you the tools to do it yourself. To find out more, go to haibu.com. That's HIBU.com. Or call 855-464-HIBU. Oh, that'll be your next new customer. Haibu, made for business.
Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by 47 Brand, HP Hood, Cape Cod Regional Transit Authority, Advanced Embroidery, and the Cape League. Support our troops and join us by wearing red each Friday.
Back at Spillane Field, 2-1 lead for the Wareham Gatemen. Go to the bottom of the 4th.
Number 13, Kyle
Jacob Toby, Sam Corman bringing you the action from Spillane Field. Again, we apologize for the technical difficulties. Next half inning, we should be able to get the video back up.
Don't want to make any promises though.
Give you the audio right now. Kyle Kasser takes strike 1 from Cole Sands. How's Sands looked on the hill, in your opinion?
He's looked all right. The Gatemen have done a really nice job hitting on him, finding holes in the infield especially.
0-1, chop foul.
I mean, he hasn't given up an extra base hit yet. An error behind him has ultimately, taken it. Actually, it didn't affect the game at all, but just the Gatemen are doing a really nice job finding those holes in the infield.
0-2 pitch, just outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
When I think back through the base hits, Topa's base hit, Anchia's base hit, Kwan's base hit in the first, all just ground balls between the infielders.
1-2 to Kasser. Framed by the catcher Rutschman. Again missing outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Bottom of the 4th. Wareham 2, Falmouth 1 with no outs. 2-2. Fouled off. Kasser staying alive. He walks around a home plate. Off to the right. It's Kasser, Anchia, and McIver in this inning. Sands looking for the signs. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Fouled straight back. We'll do it again.
The longer the at-bat, the better. Cole Sands now working into his 4th inning of work, and you know that the threshold for Cape League pitchers is usually 5 or 6, and he's done a nice job. So I'm sure Jeff Trundy and the Commodores coaching staff wants to keep him in the game.
2-2, set foul off to the left and out of play. Kasser, a nice at bat, staying alive.
You can keep that foul ball courtesy of Glenn Hannington and his daughter Tevis.
2-2 pitch. Outside again, and Kasser has worked a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, I believe this is going to be pitch number 7 of the at-bat coming up to Kyle Kasser.
Here it is. To the shortstop. Yancha off his chest. The throw. Not in time. Kasser beats it out. See what they score it. They're going to call it an E6. And Kasser reaches.
First baseman.
Well, I feel kind of bad for George Yancha over there at shortstop because he has been pounded with lots of crazy bounces over there, and he's also used to playing third base, so it's a tough adjustment moving from the 5 hole to the 6 hole in the defensive chart. But another leadoff base runner for the Gatemen. They didn't capitalize in the 3rd, so you'd like to see him, come back.
Jake Anchia takes ball 1 inside and low. Anchia, the 2-run single in the 2nd inning, driving in Joe Durpich and John Topa. Second pitch at the at-bat in for strike 1. Gatemen have had the leadoff hitter reach safely in every inning so far. Stephen Kwan in the 1st, Joe Durpich in the 2nd, Robbie Metz in the 3rd, Kyle Kasser in the 4th.
It's the key to success right there.
1-1 to Anchia, on the ground to Bikina. Throw to second for 1. Do they turn the double play? They do. Anchia grounds into it. Suddenly there are 2 outs.
Yeah, eventually you got to start taking advantage of the leadoff guy getting on. They took advantage in the 2nd, but have not in any of the other innings. And a really nice play by Bikina, around the horn double play. That took a weird hop off the edge of the grass there. He was able to field it cleanly anyway.
Willie McIver from the right side stepping in, takes ball 1 up and in. Cole Sands in his last outing, July 30th versus the Kettleers. 3-2 win for Falmouth, went 3 innings, gave up just 1 earned. Second pitch low and outside, 2-0. Struck out 5 and didn't walk anyone. His 2-0 pitch to Bikina at 3rd, gloves it. The throw across the diamond is in time, and the side is retired. No runs on no hits, 1 error, and no men left aboard. Still a 2-1 lead for the Wareham Gatemen here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Mr. Brian Clue and Smart Go Services LLC, located in Taunton, Massachusetts. Clue and Smart Go Services.
Learning at Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers
Top of the 5th at Spillane Field. Clayton Daniel will lead it off for the Commodores. 2-1 lead. They are trailing right now, the Wareham Gatemen.
Well, big opportunity for Falmouth with the top of the order. Obviously, Clayton Daniel, one of the most established leadoff guys, probably the most established leadoff guy in the league.
Zavalis, his first pitch in for strike 1. Daniel singled and scored in the first and reached on a fielder's choice in the second.
And Zavalis started this game struggling to throw first pitch strikes. He's obviously replied pretty well with that.
0-1. Bounces to the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike.
And I say obviously because he struck out 7 batters, and you need to throw first pitch strikes in order to do that.
7 strikeouts through 4. His career high in any game is 8 strikeouts. 1-1 pitch is low. 2 balls and 1 strike. He threw 8 versus the Chatham Anglers on July 20th. He also threw 8 in a game with Harvard this season. The righty winds, kicks, and deals the 2-1. Daniel fouls it off down the left field line.
Just a little bit early. Really good contact from Daniel. Just whacks it down the left field line.
Two balls and 2 strikes. It is Daniel, Jancha, and Bohm in this inning. Zavalis is 2-2. Is fouled off to the right.
Zavalis' pitch count now working into the 60s. And here in the 5th inning, that's really solid. That 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, really quick one. Another quick one in the 4th really has helped him work into this 5th inning. You'd like to see him get into the 6th if he has another successful one right here.
2-2 pitch. Inside and low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we apologize for not having a video feed at the moment. Currently working to get that figured out.
Lots of troubleshooting.
3-2 pitch is popped up in foul territory on the first baseline, and Chia, the first baseman, putting away Daniel for out number 1.
Shortstop from Texas
Chasing a pitch outside the strike zone. That might have been ball 4 on Clayton Daniel, but instead takes a nice hack at it. Opposite field pop-up. Nothing there for him.
So I mentioned Daniel, 9th in the league in batting average at .316. Jancha, 6th in the league in batting average, .327. Bohm was 2nd in the league in batting average, .351. Falmouth, the only team to have 3 players in the top 10 in batting average.
No surprise. I mean, they're one of the best offenses.
Jancha fouls this one off to the right, 0-1. Yeah, their offense was deadly this year.
And Jancha struck out looking twice, and you know with him being such a good hitter, you expect him to come back and be pretty aware of what Zavalis is going to be throwing at him right now. He's gotten a good look at some pitches.
0-1 pitch is past Metz at second, into right field for a 1-out single. George Jancha reaches for the first time today with 1 out in the top of the 5th. Wareham up 2-1.
The first baseman from Wichita State, number 16,
this Falmouth
Alec Bohm.
Lineup hit .267, which was 2nd in the league. 224 runs, 1st in the league as well.
Just an unbelievable offense. I mean, this is obviously my first year on the Cape, so I wouldn't be able to compare to past years. But of the offenses I've seen, they obviously, or not obviously, but I think they have the most stacked lineup.
Alec Bohm swings on the first pitch and past the dive of the 3rd baseman Duran. 1st and 2nd with 1 out for the Falmouth Commodores as they trail it 2-1, trying to work themselves back into this ball game.
Number 32, Joshua Bro.
Well, last year Falmouth had the pitching and the offense was the issue. This year it's reversed.
Well, I wouldn't consider pitching to be an issue for them. I just think that they were an unbelievable team this year. I just think that the Gatemen yesterday, it all worked out for them with getting to the starter early in the game, and that always helps.
Joshua Bro swinging on the first pitch, lining it right to left field. Making the catch, John Topa for out number 2.
Josh Bro just barely missed that one. You know he's gonna be kicking himself heading back to the dugout with the kind of hitter that he is.
From Oregon State,
Just a little bit better contact, and that one would have been over the bullpen.
You also have to give credit to Aaron Hernandez on the hill yesterday for the Wareham Gatemen. Strong performance. Don Snedden, Wareham head coach, saying just a gutsy performance. He wasn't dominant, but he was just gritty. Got some big outs when we needed them.
He's a gritty guy. I mean, you saw the emotion in the game that he pitched against Orleans. Five innings out of the bullpen. And you get a look at some of the fans out in the outfield. Very rare that the fans extend that into the outfield bleacher, and there's a solid amount of people out there.
Larnick at the plate, swings and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. With runners on first and second, 2 outs in the inning. Wareham 2, Falmouth 1. Noah Zavalis working into the 5th inning. Through 4 has been very good. 1-1 to Larnick. Breaks in for strike 2 on the outside part of the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Plenty of called strikes for Noah Zavalis. I mean, 4 of his 7 Ks have come off. 4 of them are backwards, which means that they struck out looking. And now the crowd on its feet.
1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs and 2 runners on here in the 5th. Gateman up 2-1. 1-2 pitch will not be thrown yet as Zavalis looks back the runner at second.
Big moment in the game right here. Runner in scoring position is the tying run in Yansha. This game's had a nice pace to it. We're already in the top half of the 5th inning here.
Zavalis, 1-2. Swung on and missed. Gets out of the jam without allowing a run. Falmouth can't score on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left to board. Wareham 2, Falmouth 1. You're listening to Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Back at Spillane Field, bottom of the 5th, Jacob Toby, Sam Corman, Claudia Chakamian on hand, bringing you this game. 2-1 lead for the Wareham Gatemen. They've been playing pretty well so far.
It's been led by Noah Zavalis, obviously, in the 2-1 game. The pitching is what is, showing through the most, and Zavalis with 8, excuse me. Did I say 7? I meant 8 strikeouts for he's become the Gateman ace late in this season. I think it's safe to say that at this point.
Of course, that strikeout, the 8th and the 5th, brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. As the Gatemen have a 2-1 lead, Cole Sands still on the mound.
Jordan Britton in the bullpen for the Gatemen out of Oregon State, and William Etheridge out of Ole Miss in the bullpen for the Falmouth Commodores. Plenty of action. But Cole Sands, as you mentioned, is still on the mound.
Giovanni Dinkong takes strike 1 on a breaking ball. 0-1. Dinkong reached on an error. His first time up, slaps this one foul and out of play.
I like the aggressive approach by Dinkong, but now he's behind 0-2. Got to really dig down and make good decisions here. But this is where Cole Sands has been so good in this game, is when he gets ahead of the hitters. He has thrown a lot of balls today. That's what's helped the Gatemen.
0-2 pitch from Sands. Check swing. Did he go? No, says Larry Rosenberg over at first.
Some new names that I have not seen yet this season.
We've seen Rosenberg.
Have we seen
We've
David?
seen
have
Cockrum.
we seen David Chason?
Did he go around? Yes, he did. Strike 3. Dinkong Swings and misses for the first out here in the bottom of the 5th. We have not seen David Chiasson. We have seen Joseph Caraco, who's at 3rd. Seen Cockrum at 2nd, Rosenberg at 1st.
Number 51,
Stephen Kwan coming up. He's 1 for 2, singled in the 1st and was caught stealing. He takes strike 1. Wareham leading the Commodores 2-1. Kwan quickly takes strike 2.
Cole Sands really working fast here in the 5th inning, and nice fastball there outside corner. Kwan stares at it, but doesn't seem like Stephen Kwan gets too rattled when he's behind in the count. He always finds a way to work himself back.
0-2. Lays it off, a breaking ball in the dirt. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still trying to work through the video feed issues. 1-2. Was jammed, popped it up right back to the mound. For out number 2, sounded like a broken bat.
No, undoubtedly. That pitch was way up and in, and somehow got a piece of it. But unfortunately got a piece of it with the middle part of the bat, the shaft, and it looked like it shattered his bat. At least it sounded like it did.
Robbie Metz, he's 1 for 2. He singled to lead off the 3rd his last time up. A nice breaking ball in for strike 1.
That was crazy. That was a really good breaking ball. Almost Griffin Roberts-esque, honestly.
I agree. Same exact pitch, same result. No balls and 2 strikes.
Is this Cole Sands, or did Griffin Roberts come back as a Falmouth Commodore? Because that, you know, it looks like a slurve ball coming in. Looks like it's going to hit the batter.
0-2. Metz sends it to right. Coming in is Larnick, and he makes the catch to retire the side. The Gatemen go 1-2-3. No runs, no hits, no errors. No man left aboard. We head to the 6th. Wareham 2, Falmouth 1 on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
I'd like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Fielder from the University of Florida, number 7, Austin Langworthy.
Back at Spillane Field. Hey, there's video. Sorry, that took a little while. Still working out some issues, but
that's awesome.
We're back at Spillane Field. Wareham up 2-1.
Shout out Matt Weasel there, and to the rest of the WCTV crew as well.
Austin Langworthy at the plate takes strike 1. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, both looking.
I mean, that pitch just barely missed inside, and that's, if you're going to miss when you're Zavalis, that's the place to miss on Langworthy. Jam him inside.
Swings right through that one.
Wow. He just had no shot. Kind of a half-hearted swing there because he just didn't know if that pitch was going to be in there.
Zavalis has went 6 innings twice this season. 1-2 pitch in the dirt. Versus Katuitt on the 31st, he went 6 innings. And on the 20th versus Chatham, he went 6. He came out of a start July 25th at Lowell Park versus the Katuitt Kettleers. Only went an inning and a third due to a pulled hamstring and took the loss. He let up an earned run. Langworthy, Bakina, Rutschman in this inning to face Zavalis.
Great that Zavalis has been able to work into the 6th with the struggles of the Gatemen bullpen recently.
3-2. To left on a line. Topa reaches up, and he made the catch. Another nice play from John Topa in left field. We saw it last night. We see it tonight.
I mean, last night he makes a diving catch moving to his left. This was the complete opposite spectacular catch out in right field. Jumps up, line drive. That ball was flying out there. Probably traveling at about 100 miles an hour when he was able to reach up and snag it. His defense has really come to the show here in the playoffs.
Here's Marty Bakina. He absolutely smoked a 1-out double in the 4th to left center field.
And just to add to the defense, I mean, you need to play good defense if you want to win these playoff games. The errors in this game have happened to not hurt the Gatemen or the Commodores today, but
Wareham had 1 error yesterday. Falmouth had 3.
And they did hurt the Commodores yesterday, especially in that 2nd inning, I believe, where the Gatemen scored 4 runs. 3 of them were unearned.
And that was coming off a 5-error game versus the Bourne Braves in the season finale. 0-2 pitch. See ya! 9 strikeouts for Zavalis.
That's wild. He blew out, my prediction, your prediction, and now Connor Federico's prediction. That's pretty cool that he was able to get up to 9 today after, Connor was the high prediction of 8 strikeouts.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. They have to be happy tonight. Zavalis leads this team in strikeouts. Keeps racking them up. Here's Adley Rutschman. He takes strike 1. That breaking ball looking so good right now.
I can't decide what's been better, the breaking ball, the slider, the breaking ball being the slider, or the fastball. They've just both been so good, and he's been able to put away hitters on both pitches.
He's 1 strike away from making it a 1-2-3 6th inning.
And that will be huge. You want to hear the crowd get hyped up again with 2 strikes and 2 outs here in the 6th. This game very close.
Crowd getting into it. Zavalis waiting for the signs. He'll step off.
There's so many good hitters in this Falmouth lineup that in a 1-run game, this game can change with 1 swing of the bat, of course. Rutschman's not a guy that will go deep all the time on you, but he will certainly be the guy to extend an inning and to try to work a 2-out rally for the Commodores. We've seen the Gatemen be so successful with 2 outs this season on the offensive side. And the Commodores, they're just an offensively successful team in general, so it doesn't matter how many outs, doesn't matter how many strikes, but Rutschman now, Steinmetz on deck, Daniel in the hole, a lot of good hitters coming up.
0-2, bounces to the plate.
The clap starts to rise here at Spillane.
One-two pitch is low. Rutschman working his way back into the count, was down 0-2.
Yeah, he's just taking some pitches outside the strike zone, but Zavalos has been able to have that luxury. Getting ahead in the count, he's been able to, throw some balls, try to get the hitter to chase outside the zone.
2-2, fouled straight back. It's been a low-scoring game at Spillane Field.
Quite the opposite of yesterday. So far.
2-2 pitch is rifled right above the Falmouth dugout.
And one lucky Finn is reaching around the fence to grab it off the top of the dugout. Unable to reach. And now someone else is going to try to climb the fence to retrieve that ball.
Wow. Rutschman reached on an error in the second and struck out in the fourth. 2-2 pitch. On the ground. This will be Duran at third. Throws to first in time. 1, 2, 3. Go the Commodores. To the bottom of the sixth we go. Wareham up 2-1.
Did you know that Baseball Factory has partnered with the Cape League for the past 17 seasons? Baseball Factory is your resource for top-notch baseball training. With over 600 events nationwide for players age 8 to 18 and over 100,000 college success stories, you too can build your way to greatness with Baseball Factory. Visit baseballfactory.com to learn more. Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. Classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about programs in business, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
The 99 Restaurants has 9 real-size entrees for only $9.99. They're big, hearty portions you can count on all day, every day, like their hand-breaded crispy fish tacos with cilantro lime rice. The 99 Restaurants, proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Cole Sands' night is done on the hill. 5 innings, 2 earned, 4 hits, 3 Ks, no walks. He paves the way for William Etheridge.
Etheridge coming to you out of Ole Miss. Lots of Ole Miss arms on the Cape this season. 2.41 ERA in 2017 with the Rebels. Was also a Major League Baseball draft pick in 2016 with the Seattle Mariners, round 35. Go-to pitch is a swing and miss breaking ball for Etheridge, and really highly touted prospect out of the state of Georgia, and the number 7 ranked perfectgame.com pitcher in the entire state of Georgia during his graduating year of 2016. And we'll update you around the league. Lots of good games going on. The most important one that we're watching is the Bourne Braves and Cotuit Kettleers. If Bourne wins that game, they advance, and they're up 4-2 on Cotuit in the bottom half of the 7th. Chatham and Orleans just underway, bottom half of the 4th. Anglers and Firebirds tied at 1 at Veterans Field. that could be John Schiffner's last game should the Firebirds win.
And man, that's sad.
And Brewster defeated YD, as you mentioned earlier, by a score of 6-1, trying to snap the 3 championship streak for the YD Red Sox.
Sure, Veterans Field is packed watching potentially John Schiffner coach his last game at Veterans Field.
A quarter of a century era could be, come to a close today if the Firebirds can pull out that win.
Jaron Duran at the plate, facing Etheridge. Duran has struck out twice today, both swinging, once in the third, once all the way back in the first. Etheridge on the hill this season, 6'5", 218 pounds. 10 appearances, a 1.29 ERA, 12 strikeouts, 4 walks. Duran tied 9th in the league in walks this season with 20. This Gateman team in general didn't walk a lot, 133, second least in the league. But this Falmouth pitching staff walked the most batters in the league, 176.
This was such an impressive outing by Cole Sands. He only had that one rough inning in the second, but he was lights out other than that.
There was only about 2 or 3 days where the Gateman pitching staff did not lead the league in least walks.
It's because of those, 2 or 3 games towards the end of the season where the pitching staff kind of just unloaded a bunch of walks. And kind of escalated it. I believe Orleans finished the season with the least walks.
2-2, caught out and missed. Duran strikes out for the 3rd time today. Actually, Wareham finished with 125 walks, one less than Orleans. Orleans had 126, so Orleans couldn't get the title, the walk title.
The walk title. Well, speaking of titles, Tanner Dodson won the batting title, and he was awarded with that trophy, or Willie McIver was awarded with that trophy for him.
Durpich on the first pitch to center. Steinmetz waiting for it for out number 2. Gatemen Baseball Network would like to remind you that you can contact us anytime by emailing pressbox@gateman.org. Please feel free to send us your questions or comments, and we'll make sure to address them as soon as possible. Also, make sure you're keeping up with all the Gatemen action 24/7 by following Wareham Gatemen on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud.
SoundCloud currently holds yesterday's highlights, if you want to listen to those, courtesy of me on the broadcast.
Shameless plug.
No, completely shameless. Also because there were so many cool plays in that game. Unfortunately, it's audio only, but, Topa's diving catch in the outfield was electric.
Sends this out to right. Coming in is the right fielder, Larnick. And he made the catch. And that will end the inning. What a play from Trevor Larnick. And the Gatemen go 1, 2, 3. To the 7th we go. They're up 2-1.
The Cape Cod Baseball League is all about family, and it's all about fun. Friendly's is all about family and fun and is proud to sponsor the 2017 baseball season. Friendly's, life with extra sprinkles.
Baseball Factory, a proud partner of the Cape League since 1991, holds over 600 events nationwide for players ages 8 through 18, including 3 training weeks here in the Cape. Baseball Factory alumni have played on every Division I college program across the nation, plus 400 have made it to the majors. Visit baseballfactory.com to learn how you can build your way to greatness.
Curry College offers 14 NCAA Division III athletic teams in sports such as football, baseball, softball, basketball, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, tennis, cross country, and volleyball. Read about the success of the Curry Colonels and their championship teams. It's all online at www.curry.edu. What an outing for Noah Zavalis. 6 innings, 1 earned, 7 hits, 9 strikeouts, 0 walks. Jordan Britton, the Oregon State product, now in the ball game, the left-hander, 6'3", 204 pounds.
Big guy.
He'll face Steinmetz, Daniel, and Yancha. We last saw Britton in a start versus the Firebirds on July 30th at Eldridge Park. Went 4 innings, 3 earned, 5 hits, 4 Ks, no walks.
It was a solid outing for Britton.
His only start of the season.
And, you know, how about Noah Zavalis? 88 pitches.
Wow.
63 strikes. Unbelievable.
He did his job. Now it's the bullpen's job to finish it, and also the offense. Wareham only up by a run.
I mean, talk about an underdog story. I mean, Noah Zavalis, you more than anyone knows it because of that interview last week. Be sure to check out that one on the YouTube, the Gateman YouTube page. It's a nice sit-down interview, Jacob Tobey and Noah Zavalis.
Yeah, he's had to fight for everything in his baseball career. He really has.
And, you know, he comes here, temporary contract player this year, even though he was on the team a little bit last year, earns his spot, and he becomes the ace.
Didn't matter that the likes of Justin Glover, Miller Hogan, Griffin Roberts, Joey Matulovic all had to go. He was still the ace, no matter who left.
Although it certainly would be nice to have Griffin Roberts, wouldn't it?
It would be. It definitely would be. Steinmetz 1 for 2, singled in the second, grounded out to end the fourth. Two, caught on a missed, drop third strike, McIver. Nice throw.
Wow, look at Steinmetz fly down the line there. I mean, you know, that's a pretty routine drop third strike for the catcher usually, but Steinmetz wheels down the line.
Jacksonville State, number 4, Clayton Daniel.
Jordan Britton chose Oregon State because he loved the campus, loved the field, and loved the environment. He said the whole team is a brotherhood.
And from what I've heard of Corvallis, I'm sure it's really nice up there. The campus is probably gorgeous, as well as the scenery around the campus in the Pacific Northwest.
Daniel takes strike 1. I mean, that place must have been rocking this season.
Yeah, I mean, for 59-4, it's pretty ridiculous.
And not expected to do so out of the start of the season.
Very well placed pitch by Britton right there. I mean, Clayton Daniel, such a low batting stance, so if you keep it at the belt, it's really not that high in the strike zone, right on the outside corner.
0-2.
One thing about Daniel was he was the toughest player in the entire Ohio Valley Conference to strike out. 1 strikeout per 19.2 at-bats.
This one hits the fence and goes back onto the field. Robbie Metz has to throw it out.
And you can tell he hasn't struck out today in a game where, you know, Zavalis fanned 9. Tough guy to put away on strikes, that's for sure, but he is only 1 for 3.
1-2. He strikes out there. Britton, back-to-back strikeouts to start his outing.
Well, he's tough to strike out, and Jordan Britton is up to the task.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard.
Getting it done, Jordan Britton so far. 2 consecutive strikeouts. Really reassuring start to his outing. We've seen him get a little bit wild towards the beginning of his outings before this season, and to see that his command is right there early on is important.
Yancha, he's been a strikeout victim twice. Caught looking in the first, caught looking in the second, had a single in the 5th. Grounds this one to Kasser for out number 3.
Nothing across from the 7th.
Nice showing from Jordan Britton early on. And we're off to the 7th inning stretch presented by Eastern Propane and Oil. Proud to sponsor the Gatemen with locations on and off the Cape. More Gatemen baseball after the break here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
The Wareham Gatemen and the visiting team, the Cape Cod Baseball League, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this ballpark.
Want to hear more about today's game, players, and breaking sports updates? Then download the free Next Radio app from the Google Play Store and tune to this station. It's live. It's local FM radio wherever you go. The Next Radio app. Get it today. Visit Stars Restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa for a world-class dining experience. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Back at Spillane Field.
Here are a couple of scores from around the league. In the Eastern
Are you
Division,
stretched out or what?
Yarmouth Dennis 5-1
Oh, everyone be quiet.
to even the
Matt
series
Feld
at
is
1
making an
game
announcement.
apiece.
Let's
And
listen to Matt
Orleans
Feld.
are tied at 1 after 4 innings. In the West, in the bottom of the 8th, Bourne leads Katuitt 4-2.
Nice score update from our man, our guy, Matty Feld, beat writer. Check him out at gateman.org with every recap of the games,
Oregon, number 13, Kyle Kazan.
features, everything.
I hate to jump the gun here, but if the scores hold, you can find us at Doran Park tomorrow.
Kyle Kasser to lead it off. To left. Base hit.
First pitch he sees. Opposite field. Oppo Taco is what Matt Feld likes to call it.
First baseman from Nova Southeastern, number 16, Jake
Kyle
Emsey.
Kasser's like that, move down to the 6-7 hole recently. He's been hitting really well since getting moved down in the order. It kind of seems like every time someone gets shifted in the order, they, pick it up a little bit.
Here's Anchia. Showing bunt, pulling it back. David Chiasen, the home plate umpire, calling strike 1. Wareham has 7 total CCBL titles. Last coming in 2012 versus the YD Red Sox. They've been in the championship game 12 times, a .583 winning percentage in the finals.
That's solid.
You
That's
can
really
keep that
solid.
foul ball, courtesy of Glenn Hannington and his
You think of some of the
daughter
MLB teams that make it to the World Series all the time and never win, such as the Cleveland Indians, such as the Atlanta Braves. In the 90s, made it to the World Series, tons of times, only won it once. And they've only have one World Series to their name.
Chia, broken bat. Clayton Daniel, the second baseman, in shallow right field, makes the catch. for out number 1. Falmouth has also won 7 total titles, but they've been in the title game 15 times. But they are trying to end a 37-year drought. Last title, 1980.
It's a tough one, and one of the best managers in the Cape Cod League behind them in Jeff Trundy.
Trundy in his 19th season with the Falmouth Commodores, his 23rd season overall with the league. McIver chops it foul.
I mean, all the managers on the Cape are incredible. Don Stedden's done a great job in his first season as head coach and manager. And around the league, Kelly Nicholson sticks out. The Orleans Firebirds, and John Schiffner of the Chatham Anglers, of course. None more famous than him. Just an elite group of 10 managers on the Cape, for sure. Jamie Shevchik, the Brewster Whitecaps.
Oh, one runner goes. They talk about it being a brotherhood. 10 guys, 10-team league. They talk to each other on a constant basis.
I mean, who could forget Scott Pickler?
You can't.
He has the formula down, but Brewster might have it, have it figured out on him. Still one game left in that series, of course, and I mean, I'm really excited to check what happens in that one, because
0-2, up the middle, McIver. He needed that one. Before that at bat, he was just 4 for his last 20 with 6 strikeouts. And he hasn't had an RBI since July 29th.
Fielder from St. Thomas Aquinas.
Well, he's on first.
Giovanni Ding-Kong.
Kyle Casper's at second. Giovanni Ding-Kong, the right fielder, will step in with 2 runners on and 1 out.
Ding-Kong's looking for a big hit in this situation. New to the team, really has a chance to solidify his place in the lineup for good with a big base hit right here.
Reached on an error in the second, struck out swinging to start the 5th. And they are going to bring in a pinch runner. It'll be Randy Taveras.
For the Gatemen, pinch running for Kyle Kasser.
So Kyle Kasser's night is done.
Randy Taveras from
Taveras will come in.
Surprising. William McIver, speedy guy. And I'm interested to see what happens in the future of this game with, I'm assuming Anchia will go to catch, but
first pitch to Ding-Kong, in for strike 1.
Excuse me, it was Kasser, not McIver, getting pitch run for, so now it makes a lot more sense. I didn't think Randy Taveras was going to be behind the plate.
Derek Adams is in the bullpen for Falmouth. Last time Ding-Kong was at Spillane Field, he hit the home run in his debut at Spillane.
Opposite field into the Gatemen bullpen.
Oppo Taco. 1-1 pitch from Etheridge. Fouled straight back.
That was also a 3-run shot by Ding-Kong back against Bourne. All 5 of those runs for the Gatemen in that game were via the home run, via the new guy, Ding-Kong and Derpich, with 2 shots, both Oppo Taco.
Taveras runner at second. McIver, the runner at first.
Working a really good at bat.
You could hear one of the fans saying, "You're all over it." Good timing.
William Etheridge is a good pitcher. He's a tough guy to hit off of. And the Gatemen have worked 2 base hits in this inning. And Kyle Kasser got it all started. his night's over.
1-2. Etheridge puts away Ding Kong. Ding Kong striking out for the second time tonight. 2 outs, back to the top, Stephen Kwan.
This is the perfect guy to have up in this situation.
Center fielder from Oregon.
You have a speedy
State,
guy at second.
Number 51, Stephen Kwan.
And you have the guy at the plate who, you know, knows how to get on base. And now a mound visit.
Mike Landry in his 6th season with the Commodores will make a pitching change. William Etheridge's night is done. And we'll take a break with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Gateman threatening.
Don't miss a minute of this station's pre- and post-game sports talk. Tune in on your smartphone with the Next Radio app. It's live and it's local. Download the free Next Radio app from the Google Play Store today. Registration is now open for the 2017 Wareham Gatemen Youth Clinics. The instruction clinics are open to boys and girls between ages 4 and 15. The clinics are a great opportunity to meet and learn from some of the best collegiate players in the country. Clinics are held Monday through Friday, depending on the player's off day. For more information and to sign up your young ball player, visit www.gateman.org. Urgent care is now available at 4 Cape Cod healthcare locations: Hyannis, Falmouth, Sandwich, and Harwich. Open after hours and weekends, staffed by ER physicians, expert care when you need it. Learn more at capecodhealth.org/urgent-care.
The Fuller Family Foundation is proud to support the excellent sportsmanship and character of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. We are proud supporters of the CCBBL as well as many other wonderful Cape Cod organizations that serve our community.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Pitching change has been made. Derek Adams is the new pitcher. We'll get to him in a moment. Brett Kinnaman for the Bourne Braves strikes out, bases loaded.
Katuitt-Kettleer's Brett Kinnaman.
Yeah, Katuitt-Kettleer's Brett Kinnaman strikes out with the bases loaded. The top of the 8th, Bourne leading 4-2. The result holds there and here. Dorn Park will be the site of Game 1 of the Western Division Conference Finals.
Well, I was lucky enough to get over to Lowell Park this morning to watch Game 1 come to a conclusion in the 11th inning. Of course, that game was suspended from last night. An electric atmosphere in Katuitt.
Suspended because of darkness.
Yep, and got back, and all the fans were settling into their seats in Lowell Park, and Anthony Prado comes to the plate and swings to the first pitch he sees and drives a double into the gap, and Bourne never looked back from there. They took a 1-0 series lead in 11 innings.
Nice block from Rutschman behind the plate. Runners don't advance. Derek Adams is your new pitcher. 6'3", 205 pounds, out of Jacksonville State. Teammates with Clayton Daniel. 14 appearances, all out of the bullpen for the Commodores. A 1.91 ERA. 25 strikeouts to just 3 walks.
Yeah, Derek Adams, a good pitcher. Jacksonville State, certainly an underrated baseball program, and you can see based on the players it's providing for the Falmouth Commodores. From Decatur, Alabama, which is north on I-65, up north of Birmingham.
There has never been this much geography talked about on a Wareham Gatemen broadcast before you got here.
Well, I'm saying, if you say he's from Decatur, Alabama, no one knows what that means. You have to, you know, provide some sort of context.
2-2, sent foul on the ground. Randy Taveras, the runner at second. McIver, the runner at first. Taveras coming in for Kyle Kasser to pinch run.
Oh, do you speak Spanish or something?
I do.
It's a great roll on the R there.
2-2.
Something that I probably could never succeed at, unless I learned Spanish, of course. Is that something that, like, when you learn Spanish, it's kind of just happens? Is that what it is?
No, it's not. It depends on the person. I worked really hard at it.
Attaboy.
3-2, runners go. Foul straight back.
Oh, you okay? I almost hit you.
I'm all right.
Well, this is a big moment in this game, and if the Gatemen can add to their lead right now, that would be absolutely huge. And you have to wonder what the bullpen plan is for Jim Lawler coming down the stretch here. You used Brett Canine for 2 innings yesterday.
Bases loaded for Robbie Metz.
Well, he's been in some big situations this year, and he has delivered. For sure.
Choose your word.
And that was the first walk of the game for the Falmouth pitching staff.
The second baseman.
Did a nice job
George
all
Washington.
day, except for
Number
that
9,
second inning
Robbie Metz.
on Cole Sands. But since then, it's been phenomenal.
1,285 have come out to Spillane Field and support the Gatemen tonight.
It's only going to go up.
I believe that's a season high.
Undoubtedly.
It's loud here at Spillane. So Randy Taveras will be the runner at third, McIver at second, Quan at first with 2 outs in the inning. Robbie Metz is 1 for 3 on the day. Wareham just up by a run. They'd like some insurance. Can Robbie Metz provide it? Chopped right back to the mound. And the Gatemen will leave the bases loaded here in the 7th. We head to the 8th. 2-1 lead. Keep it locked right here to the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Earn a bachelor's or master's degree, complete a certificate, or take a single course through the Division of Continuing Education and Graduate Studies at Curry College. Classes run days, evenings, and weekends in Milton and Plymouth. To learn more about programs in business, criminal justice, education, nursing, and more, visit curry.edu.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Jacob Toby, Sam Corman on the broadcast, bringing you Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. Top 8.
I would like to add that this is the first time I've been your color commentator here at home. Usually, when we are both up here, the seats are reversed, just the way it's been all season. So it is pretty cool, you know, a little change of the guard for the playoffs. Just thought I'd add that.
Spice it up a little bit. We got to change it up.
up.
Alec Boehm to lead it off. First, Jordan Britton, who had a solid 1-2-3 top of the 7th with a couple strikeouts.
This is the heart of the order for Falmouth. Bohm, Bro, Larnick. Tough spot for Jordan Britton.
Randy Taveras is the new shortstop, coming in for Kyle Kasser.
Randy Taveras alerted me earlier, about a few days ago, that his name was being spelt wrong all over the place.
Really?
Yes, and let's see if it's still wrong. Nope, they fixed it. They fixed it. It was spelled originally Tavaras, Tavares, and he apparently got it fixed. Now it's, you know, the correct spelling of Tavares.
2-1, pulled foul. Bohm is 2 for 3. Could have been 3 for 3 if not for Jaron Duran at third base.
No, it was unbelievable. One of the best plays you've seen this season because that throw across the diamond.
2-2 is sent to left. Topa won't catch up to it. Bounces off the wall. And Bohm just jogging to second like it's nothing. And now he's 3 for 4.
Leadoff guy in scoring position for Falmouth. That's what they needed.
And he's the tying run.
And Josh Bro's up.
And that's not good.
No, certainly not. Trying to look at the bullpen right now to see what's going on out there.
Couple bodies warming.
Dalton Roach was warming up earlier.
Joshua Bro. An RBI single in the first. Grounded out in the third and lined out in the fifth. Candles are up and running in the Wareham bullpen.
It just seems like every time Bro swings, if he makes contact with it, it's going to travel at about 200 miles an hour. And that one he was way out in front of. Good pitch by Britton. Really important next few pitches here to Josh Bro. Could be pivotal in this game. Bro
on one knee.
Bro way out in front once again. Now you have to wonder, does Britton try to blow one by him, knowing that Bro was just way ahead 2 times, might try to adjust, or do you go back to it again and try to get him out in front for a third time with him maybe expecting a fastball? Who knows what Josh Bro's expecting. He's such a good hitter that it really doesn't matter.
One, two. Swung on and missed. Joshua Bro down swinging. That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. And there's now one gone.
3 consecutive times Josh Bro caught out in front. Jordan Britton, that's so hard to do with a hitter of his caliber. Keeps it low in the strike zone where he can't get hurt big time. Not going to get much easier from here, though. Runner still in scoring position. Still some good hitters behind Bro in this order.
Darian Ragens in the bullpen also for the Wareham Gatemen. Trevor Larnick at the plate. Britton will step off the mound for a moment. We have not seen Jim Lawler or Don Snedden come out to the mound this evening. They haven't needed to. To left, and it will fall, and Topa couldn't handle it. Bohm chugging home. He scores. Tie game. Trevor Larnick, an RBI single. 2 apiece at Spillane Field. And just getting news that Bourne has won 4-2, headed to the second round. We'll see what happens in this one.
You know Falmouth wasn't going to go down too easy, and the hitting finally comes alive. The extra base hit by Bohm to lead off, so big. Another tied.
Austin Langworthy. I'm sure the tomahawk chop was very prevalent tonight at Spillane, at Doran Park, rather.
Well, I bet it was very intense. Lots of tomahawks being chopped around the ballpark.
Langworthy to center. Kwan tracking it down, makes the catch. For out number 2.
Well, we've seen Kwan have some trouble with the Spillane Field lights out there in center field. Not this time. Locks down. Now McIver wants to have a chat with his pitcher really quick. Pac-12 matchup right there on the mound with McIver and Britton.
The third baseman from Michigan State, number 8, Marty Bacchina.
So Bacchina will come up. He was the 9th and final strikeout Zavalis threw. As the second out in the 6th inning, he was struck out looking. He flew out to center field in the 2nd. He doubled in the 4th. The left center field. Grounds this one through the left side. Duran tried to make the diving effort. Gonna bring up Adley Rutschman.
Nothing you can do about that one if you're Jordan Britton. Gets a slow ground ball just to the wrong part of the infield. Duran almost made another spectacular play. Not quite. Now a runner in scoring position. Again in Larnack.
Joshua Watson will be pinch hitting for Adley Rutschman.
Watson, number 18 from Texas Christian.
Well, another guy from an elite baseball program in TCU, the only team in the country with an active College World Series appearance streak of 3 or longer. And was part of that team that made it to Omaha this season.
Watson 250, 1 home run, and 1 RBI. That means he had a solo shot. Rutschman was 0 for 3 today with a strikeout. Chopped in the infield. Duran will not make the throw. Bases loaded.
Unlucky. Nothing you can do about that. Basically acts as a perfect bunt from Watson to the perfect part of the infield. And
the center fielder
the
from
Steinmetz will
State,
come up.
number 9, Hunter Steinmetz.
With 2 outs in the inning, the game is tied at 2. This game could either stay the same or completely change in favor of the Commodores. Steinmetz looking for the latter.
nice job by McIver behind home plate. He's been phenomenal all season long. Of course, one little mistake behind him, and that run from third comes home.
(1-0). McIver will go out to chat once more. If you're just tuning in, Bourne has won. They're on to the Western Division Finals. And they're probably waiting to see the results of this game. Will they be playing the Wareham Gatemen tomorrow at Dorn Park, or will they have to wait another day to find out who they're playing? Game 3 would be at Gulf-Fuller Field in Falmouth starting at 6 tomorrow. A high strike.
Very close at the belt. Steinmetz is a pretty short guy. So that's a little, the strike zone, you know, top to bottom is a lot smaller with a guy like him at the plate. What a pitch. Inside corner.
Larnick at third, Bakina at second, Watson at first. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in a 2-2 ball game. They'll make us wait one more pitch.
Wow. How important is this pitch? I mean, if you're Jordan Britton, are you tempted to just throw a fastball down the middle to avoid, you know, walking in a run? But Steinmetz a dangerous hitter. What do you do? It's a tough situation.
He struck him out! 4th strikeout for Britton. Headed to the bottom of the 8th. 2-2 at Spillane.
1 run.
The Wareham Gatemen and the visiting team, the Cape Cod Baseball League, and the NCAA promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation and positive support of the participants and officials. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from this ballpark.
Did you know that Baseball Factory has partnered with the Cape League for the past 17 seasons? Baseball Factory is your resource for top-notch baseball training. With over 600 events nationwide for players age 8 to 18 and over 100,000 college success stories, you too can build your way to greatness with Baseball Factory. Visit baseballfactory.com to learn more. Coming down to the wire at Spillane Field. Bottom of the 8th, Duran,
Now
Durpich, and
catching is
Topa.
number 32, Joshua Bro.
Joshua Bro is catching in place of Adley Rutschman. Derek Adams still on the hill. Duran bunts it up in the air. It's going to drop in front of Daniel. The throw, not in time.
Wow.
I feel like that's all you need to say right now.
That is,
wow.
that is
strikeout last half inning, and then that bunt.
That bunt was ridiculous. And it found the perfect spot between the pitcher and the second baseman.
Number 36,
Wow,
Joe
I mean, you
Durpich.
can't really plan that out if you're Jaron Duran. That was an accidental pop-up bunt, and he gets a base hit out of it. And look who's up.
How do you think Joe Durpich feels right now?
I mean, this is awesome for him.
He comes in after playing a full season in the NECBL.
I mean, he played, not only did he play in the NECBL, he played for one of just a few teams in the NECBL that didn't make the playoffs.
And he gets thrusted right into the playoff chase here, batting 4th. Through the right side. Duran taking 3 all the way. Throw won't be in time. Runners at the corners. Go ahead run 90 feet away.
The new guy comes in strong once again. How about that? Joe Durpich. But the Gatemen have left a lot of runners on base in this game. They've left a lot of runners in scoring position.
Number 14,
and they need to take advantage of this right here. Just get a ball into the outfield.
They've left 6 runners on base tonight. John Topa, who got robbed of a hit back in the 6th. Trevor Larnick, nice play in right. You can feel the energy in this crowd. No doubt the most people at Spillane Field this season, other than the All-Star game, of course.
And how about you go from Durpich with a big hit right there, new guy, and then you come right back up with John Topa, who's been here since the very beginning out of UConn. And he's been on the end of a lot of clutch plays this season.
Randy Taveras is on deck. No outs in the bottom of the 8th. Wareham trying to retake the lead. Duran, the runner, at 3rd. Durpich at 1st.
That was a great swing by Topa and a great pitch by Adams. It looked like it might have been able to catch the inside corner. Had Topa not fouled that one off. Really nice job spoiling that pitch. Tough, right in on the hands. And Topa likes to inside out those pitches opposite field. Crowds the plate quite a bit.
You could see he was thinking about going up to chase on his toes.
And John Topa's such an intense guy. He's, always so into the game. And he just probably is loving this situation that he's in right now. But he's also probably nervous.
And he strikes out. A big out for Derek Adams. Fastball right by Topa.
Yeah, chased it out of the strike zone.
From Maris.
Adams saw that he almost chased that one previously and decided to go right back with it and got him to go. A little bit lower in the zone this time, but still outside the strike zone. And now how about this? Another new guy.
Randy Taveras swings on the first pitch to the 3rd baseman, Vicuna, and now Duran's caught in a pickle. Duran's still trying to fight it off. He gets tagged out on the base path. Tough play. And Taveras will reach with a fielder's choice.
The first baseman from Nova Southeast.
Now the go-ahead run on second base, Joe Durpich, but there are 2 outs in the inning.
Well, that's tough for Randy Taveras. Gets really good contact just right to the 3rd baseman. Needed to get a ball in the air with a runner on 3rd and nobody out, and they failed to do so.
Jake Anchia.
RBI leader.
Home run leader. And he keeps on producing.
But he had that home run yesterday, but he also had another really nice piece of hitting on his other RBI that went right back up the middle.
This ball will have to be hit fairly deep. Durpich, not a lot of speed. Second base. And she had the 2-run RBI single in the 2nd.
So Falmouth pinch hit for Adley Rutschman, and now Bro's in on defense at the catching position, which means that the DH for Falmouth is no longer an option. They'll have to hit pitchers or pinch hit a guy every time a pitcher comes to bat.
2-0. And Chia up the middle, base hit. Jimmy Francos is going to tell Durpich to head home. The throw is not in time. Durpich scores, and the Gatemen retake the lead.
That is so clutch by Jake Anchia. Nerves of steel, and Joe Durpich running for his life from third base to home, just beats the throw in a great slide with the hand getting around the tag of Bro that was coming in hot.
There will be a pitching change at Spillane Field. Wareham takes the 3-2 lead. We'll be right back.
Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod employs more than 50 full-time employees and more than 25 seasonal. Every year, more than 15 college students get great experience and support their education by working at Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod. Reward yourself. Have a Coke. Registration is now open for the 2017 Wareham Gatemen High School Clinics. These programs are run by the Gatemen coaching staff with a focus on exposing high school area players to the college game. To sign up for either the hitting, pitching, or catching camps, visit www.gateman.org for more information. Don't miss a minute of this station's pre- and post-game sports talk. Tune in on your smartphone with the Next Radio app. It's live and it's local. Download the free Next Radio app from the Google Play Store today. Curry College offers 14 NCAA Division III athletic teams in sports such as football, baseball, softball, basketball, hockey, soccer, lacrosse, tennis, cross country, and volleyball. Read about the success of the Curry Colonels and their championship teams. It's all online at www.curry.edu. Visit Stars Restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa for a world-class dining experience, a proud member of leading hotels of the world.
The Wareham Gatemen would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the major leagues, only the best hitters in baseball wear Franklin gloves.
Pitching change has been made. Matt Murphy out of Rhode Island is your new pitcher. 5'11", 180 pounds. 15 appearances this season for Rhode Island. 15 games started, 5-4, a 3.96
from Washington,
ERA,
17,
84
Willie
innings,
McIver.
51 strikeouts, 29 walks, making his Cape Cod Baseball League debut.
Well, the
And he has
Gatemen
to face Willie McIver.
Well, the Gatemen had the lead, but they really would love to get some insurance for the top half of the ninth, that's for sure.
McIver, 3 for his last 21. Foul tips it into the mitt. Taveras at third and Chia at second.
Just the intensity here at Spillane right now is through the roof. There is no roof, but it's through it. Full-blown fire out there and right now.
Oh, there it is. I don't think we've seen that all season.
We've been hoping to see it. We saw it once earlier in the season, but
2 runners on, 2 outs. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wareham up by a run. This will be an important hit for Willie McIver, who's been struggling. Did get the hit back in the 7th, a single.
This has been one of your guys for the entire season. I mean, started the season as the go-to guy in the lineup. He still is one of them. And I noticed that when he was going through this slump, he was swinging at a lot of pitches low, out of the strike zone, especially low. And here he lays off that one in the dirt. Good breaking ball there from Adams, or excuse me, from Murphy.
Payoff pitch. Down the third base line. Bakina can't handle it. The run will score. 4-2 Wareham.
The right field
Well,
from St. Thomas
I mean,
Aquinas. Number 7,
Marty Bakina may have had a play on
Giovanni
that, but Willie McIver flying down the line would have been very tough. It scored a base hit for McIver and just perfectly placed on the left field line, third base. And a really tough play for Marty Bakina. Surprising that he even got to that ball.
Giovanni Ding Kong takes strike 1. Two runs here in the bottom of the 8th.
What a response.
After Falmouth got 1 in the 8th to tie it up. One. And Chia at third, McIver at first. McIver's going to take second base. He slides, no throw.
I feel like every time Willie McIver slides, it's always 20 minutes early.
It'll be a defensive indifference. No stolen base awarded. Two. Ding Kong strikes out. That'll end the inning. Wareham 3 outs away from advancing to the Western Division Finals.
4 hits.
You better keep watching.
Registration is now open for the 2017 Wareham Gatemen High School Clinics. These programs are run by the Gatemen coaching staff with a focus on exposing high school area players to the college game. To sign up for either the hitting, pitching, or catching camps, visit www.gateman.org for more information.
The 99 Restaurants has 9 real-size entrees for only $9.99. They're big, hearty portions you can count on all day, every day, like their hand-breaded crispy fish tacos with cilantro lime rice. The 99 Restaurants, proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod employs more than 50 full-time employees and more than 25 seasonal. Every year, more than 15 college students get great experience and support their education by working at Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod. Reward yourself. Have a Coke.
fun at Spillane Field. Gatemen up 4-2 in the top of the ninth. Jordan Britton trying to seal the deal. This win would send Wareham to Doran Park for Game 1 of the Western Division Finals.
So, as it turns out, is this game, whoever advances out of this series, whether it be Wareham today, the game will still be on Tuesday because they have to wait for all of these games to finish, and Whitey and Brewster's going to Game 3.
It is Clayton Daniel, Georgiancha, Alec Bohm. Toughest part of the order. And that does make sense. They have to wait for the whole league to catch up.
And how about Jordan Britton coming back out here to try to finish this game? I like the call by Coach Lawler. Stick with the guy that's gotten you through a few innings here. He did give up one run, but he was able to work out of that inning with the bases loaded. Nerves of steel like Jake Anchia.
Ball in the dirt. One, two. Out to center. Quan. One out.
The shortstop from Texas A&M, number 3, George Yancha.
Tough hitters ahead for Jordan Britton and the Gateman defense. Big time.
George Yancha takes strike one. Yancha down 0-2.
Well, you know Yancha's not going down without a fight.
And neither will Bohm.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he hit a double that catapulted Falmouth into a tie game in the last inning.
Yancha 1 for 4. Struck out looking in the first, in the second. He had a single in the fifth, grounded out to end the seventh.
Jordan Britton, a rising sophomore at Oregon State, here in a huge situation.
0-2. Down the third base line, it's fair. Yancha heads to second base and slides in safely. Alec Bohm at the plate.
The first baseman from Wichita
William
State,
McIver
number
getting
16, Alec
Jordan
Boone.
Britton settled in here. He knows that, you know, Britton's got the nerves on right now in this situation.
Bohm 3 for 4 today with a double and a run scored.
Nice pitch by Britton.
Just missing. 1 ball and 1 strike. Yancha, the runner at second. Britton 1 strike away from striking out Alec Bohm.
Tall task. He is 3 for 4.
Could say he may be the best hitter in the league.
It's definitely possible. Comes from the heart of the College World Series, Omaha, Nebraska.
1-2. Bounces to the plate. Nice block from McIver.
Great block from McIver. That ball bounced quite a ways in front of him. When that happens, it gives the ball a lot more time to rise up on him, but he still keeps it in front of him.
Joshua Bro on deck. One on, 1 out. Crowd doesn't like it.
A little bit outside. We have a great vantage point from up here. I would agree with home plate umpire David Chason.
Payoff pitch is low. And a tying run is at first base. And for the first time tonight, pitching coach Jim Lawler will head out to the mound.
The designated hitter.
We'll see if he makes the
from
change.
McLennan Community College, number 32, Joshua Bro.
And he will make the change. Jordan Britton, his night is done. This game not over yet here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Coca-Cola Bottling Company of Cape Cod employs more than 50 full-time employees and more than 25 seasonal. Every year, more than 15 college students get great experience and support their education by working at Coca-Cola Bottling of Cape Cod. Reward yourself. Have a Coke.
The 99 Restaurants has 9 real-size entrees for only $9.99. They're big, hearty portions you can count on all day, every day, like the balsamic grilled chicken or New England fried shrimp. The 99 Restaurants, proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Don't miss a minute of this station's pre- and post-game sports talk. Tune in on your smartphone with the Next Radio app. It's live and it's local. Download the free Next Radio app from the Google Play Store today.
When you're sick or injured, you want care when and where it's convenient for you. South Coast Health Urgent Care has 4 locations: Fairhaven, Wareham, and now in Seekonk and Dartmouth. You can view wait times and even check in online at southcoast.org/urgentcare. Choose the time and location that's best for you. We'll even remind you when it's time to come in, and walk-ins are always welcome. Urgent care that exists to meet your needs. More than you expected? That's more than medicine. Check in at southcoast.org/urgentcare.
Registration is now open for the 2017 Wareham Gatemen Youth Clinics. The instruction clinics are open to boys and girls between ages 4 and 15. The clinics are a great opportunity to meet and learn from some of the best collegiate players in the country. Clinics are held Monday through Friday, depending on the player's off day. For more information and to sign up your young ball player, visit www.gateman.org.
Cody Smith, your new pitcher. He's the closer at Charleston Southern. He comes on in a big spot. Here's the situation. Alec Bohm just walked. He's on first. George Yancha A one-out double. He's on second. Joshua Bro, who's now catching, started the day as the DH. Up at the plate. He's the go-ahead run. First pitch swinging to left center field. It falls. Heading home is Yancha. The throw will not even come in. Falmouth trying to come back 4-3.
Well, first pitch, Cody Smith throws to Josh Bro as a hanging breaking ball. And you can't do that with Josh Bro at the plate. He's pretty lucky that that ball didn't get to the gap. A really, really good play by John Topa in left field, cutting off that play. That keeps Alec Boehm at second base. If he was at third right now, the sac fly ties the game.
Jim Lawler will head out to the mound once more. Through 8 innings, did not come out to the mound once. One out in the 9th, has come out twice. Whole infield in as well. And Jim Lawler will make another pitching change. Cody Smith throws one pitch. And he is coming out of the ball game. We'll take a short break here on the Gatemen Baseball Network.
Did you know that Baseball Factory has partnered with the Cape League for the past 17 seasons? Baseball Factory is your resource for top-notch baseball training. With over 600 events nationwide for players age 8 to 18 and over 100,000 college success stories, you too can build your way to greatness with Baseball Factory. Visit baseballfactory.com to learn more.
The 99 Restaurants has 9 real-size entrees for only $9.99. They're big, hearty portions you can count on all day, every day, like their hand-breaded crispy fish tacos with cilantro lime rice. The 99 Restaurants, proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Registration is now open for the 2017 Wareham Gatemen High School Clinics. These programs are run by the Gatemen coaching staff with a focus on exposing high school area players to the college game. To sign up for either the hitting, pitching, or catching camps, visit www.gateman.org for more information.
Learning at Curry College extends beyond the classroom and is embedded in all that they do. Curry prepares students to engage in successful careers and active citizenship with a global perspective. Explore undergraduate majors, minors, and concentrations, including new majors in accounting, biochemistry, and software development. Online at www.curry.edu.
What's donated here stays here. All the blood that is donated to Cape Cod Healthcare stays on Cape Cod to help the lives of your friends, family, and neighbors. Learn more about donating blood, platelets, or hosting a blood drive at capecodhealth.org/blood center.
Visit Stars Restaurant at Chatham Bars Inn Resort and Spa for a world-class dining experience. A proud member of leading hotels of the world.
Darian Ragens is your new pitcher. He has faced Falmouth once this season. That was his debut. 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, no runs. He will face Trevor Larnick.
Ragens an all-star with the New Bedford Bay Sox in the NECBL this season, coming over after their season ends. And they get the lefty-lefty matchup.
Cody Smith comes in, throws 1 pitch to Joshua Bro. RBI single, making it a 4-3 ball game. Wareham still up by a run. Go-ahead run is now at first base for the Falmouth Commodores.
Don't know where that one missed. Looked like it was right down the middle from here.
Boehm at second, Bro at first.
Wow. Good pitch there from Ragens. That's why they have the lefty-lefty matchup in right now. They can attack the inside part of the plate with that curveball. And Langworthy, a lefty on deck. Bakina, a righty in the hole.
Falmouth this season, 11-11 on the road. 14-9-1 versus the Western Division.
Filthy pitch by Ragens there.
Austin Langworthy waiting on deck. 2 on, 1 out. Ragens. A strikeout. Here comes Austin Langworthy. Back-to-back left-handed hitters here in the lineup for Falmouth.
The left fielder.
That strikeout brought to you by the law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard.
Well, if there's been one constant throughout the entire season, it is that. The law offices of Lang, Exafaris, and Bullard. Huge, huge moment. Langworthy, a really good hitter. Ragens, a really good pitcher. Great matchup. One thing about Bohm on second, does not have a ton of speed. A single wouldn't necessarily score him automatically.
Falmouth scored 1 in the first. Wareham scored 2 in the second. Then no scoring until the 8th. Falmouth had 1 run. Wareham countered with 2. 2 runs here, or rather 1 run here in the 9th for Falmouth. It's been a back-and-forth game.
It's been a back-and-forth game, undoubtedly. I mean, unreal game.
Wareham 1 strike away from advancing. Bohm at second, Bro at first. Langworthy at the plate. Ragens on the hill. 2-2. He struck him out and the Gatemen win. The Wareham Gatemen are headed to the Western Division Finals for the first time since 2012.
What a game!
The Wareham Gatemen upset the Falmouth Commodores. And everyone's celebrating at Spillane.
So are you, and this was awesome. What a game. This was one of the best baseball games I've ever watched, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, just from both teams, undoubtedly just going back and forth at it. Pitching was phenomenal all day from Noah Zavalis and from the Falmouth starter, who today was Cole Sands from Florida State. And bullpens come in, both phenomenal bullpens, but at the same time, clutch hitting from Jake Anchia and from Alec Bohm and from Trevor Larnick of the Falmouth Commodores, from so many players, just made this one of the best games I've ever seen.
This game was back and forth all night long. Falmouth just 1 run away. Had the game-tying run on second base. We said it had to be a close game, a low-scoring affair. It was that 4-3 your final. And for the first time since 2012, your Wareham Gatemen
3 runs.
are in the Western Division
Wareham,
Finals.
4 runs, 10 hits, and 2 errors. The Wareham Gatemen
Player of the game,
thank you for attending tonight,
Darian Ragens.
along with the rest of the season. We hope to see
how
you back for
can you
game
not pick
2
him?
of the division series.
He just closed it.
Remember to
He
follow
comes
us all
in
year
with
long on our
2
website,
on,
Gatemen
1 out,
Pregame
and he
Show,
strikes
along
out the
with
last
Facebook.
2 batters, both lefties. Beautiful from him. I mean, he just got added to this roster, and look at what he just did for this team. It's crazy.
The first game of the series will be in Bourne on Tuesday
Make
night
sure to tune in to the Gatemen Postgame Show. That'll be up on YouTube
at 6:30
as soon as possible. As Falmouth season comes to an end. 24-19-1. First team in the Western Division standings. And the upset happens. Spillane Field rocking. Very loud. For a good reason. The Wareham Gatemen playing the Bourne Braves in the second round. Thanks for listening to this broadcast of Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network. The general manager of the Wareham Gatemen is Andrew Lang. The president is Tom Gay. The producer of today's broadcast was Matt Wieselthaler. Our sideline reporter is Claudia Chikamian. The next broadcast of Wareham Gatemen Baseball will be Tuesday as the Gatemen travel to Bourne, Doran Park for Game 1 of the West Division Finals against the Braves. The game starts at 6. Our coverage begins at 5:30 with Gatemen Pregame Live presented by South Coast Health. For Sam Corman, I'm Jacob Toby. Thanks for tuning in to this presentation of Wareham Gatemen Baseball on the Gatemen Baseball Network.